Hey, Andrew, did you figure out why our YouTube was blocked yesterday? Turn your mic on in the producer's booth, please.
I believe it was because of a particular rejoin bed you used.
Was it the morons in the news when I used the Freiheit keeping the dream alive?
I think so.
Those German bastards. Really? Gotta chuck. Fester is just walking in. Gotta chuckle out of Fester this morning.
German bastards.
I think Freiheit's German, right? I
Sounds
believe
German.
so. Keeping the dream alive. Yeah, I did a little spoof, keeping the morons alive. And we think that's what got us chucked off of YouTube yesterday. Because, MJTV is live, as we are right now. Hello, I'm waving to the camera. All those that are watching us in the studio live with our multi-crappy camera setup. Oh, it will get better in the new studio. We've got new cameras, new switching equipment, new capabilities. But, of course, I haven't seen one wire nut move, one screw. I haven't seen anything happen in the new studio for about 2 months now.
I was actually thinking about this. Can't they just give us the new camera system now? And we'll just move it over when it'll never be ready.
Anyway, so here's the deal. So on YouTube, because of MJTV, there are certain songs that are, I guess, recognized by the algorithm, and there are certain songs that the copyright holders are very stringent on play. So I can play excerpts of songs or maybe even a music bed rejoiner coming out of a commercial break, and most of those are fine, but every once in a while we get what's called a copyright violation, and the algorithm picks it up, and Andrew, did you fix it and get our feed yesterday reinstated? Okay, so tell me what you did exactly. Tell our listeners.
Use the functions that YouTube has to remove that audio.
All right, so you removed that audio, and then we were reinstated. All right, because I've got an email. I got to read this later on. I got an email from a woman that was pissed.
Oh.
Yeah, and I don't want to give it away, but I'll do it later on. But it looks like yesterday's show was reinstated after Andrew cut out the offending music that the copyright holder apparently had the algorithm flag and yank us. I'll tell you, speaking of music, man, I'll tell you what, that AI Suno song generator yesterday, man, that was a freaking hit. Holy crap.
Now, mind you, this is only one of hundreds of probable song generators.
Yeah, we have to, explore further and find other song generators to see if any are better than others. But listen, I'm not a huge fan of AI, or at least I got to get into the AI warning pile this morning. I've been building this pile of all these experts that are warning us about artificial intelligence and how humanity could be doomed because of something we're building. Yeah, that's great. That's really smart. That's really intelligent. Is build something that could, destroy half the jobs that we need to survive, and potentially, now you got AI that's blackmailing people. I mean, it's seriously. I mean, it's some crazy crap. So I want to get into that a little bit later on and just kind of mosey through a pile. But we did have fun with this AI website called Suno yesterday, where you just type in some keywords and then you have the computer program generate a song. And man, I'll tell you what, this was a freaking smash.
Kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah. And what was I was mentioning AI.
We were talking about an Uber driver.
Oh, yeah.
And how creepy it would be if he had customized songs.
No, it's not how creepy it would be. He did it.
Oh, I don't think it's creepy.
We played the song.
Well,
no, the segment that I did was this woman, Elise, got into an Uber, and the driver clearly knew that Elise was getting in the car and used one of these AI programs that when Elise gets in this guy's Uber, he's playing a song customized for Elise. And man, that just a little creepy is what I'm saying. So that led us to find one of these AI song generators. And for the first song, I just belted out a couple of, ideas. I wanted a song about Fester. I said, I typed these words in. Fester is a big fat slob, He's a grifter. He's a
Grifter.
scam artist. And AI coughed up this Suno program, this website, coughs up this song called Fester the Grifter. And it's unfreaking believable. All right, here's a little sample of Fester the Grifter.
Big old Fester rolls into town. Suitcase full of lies, weighs about 300 pounds. With a belly like a drum and a grin so wide. He'll take your last dollar and eat your fries. Oh, Fester, you dirty dog. Scamming through the shadows like a hog in the fog. You eat like a king, but you act so low. Big old Fester got nowhere to go.
All right, this is amazing. All right, it gets better. Greasy fingers.
He's got a silver tongue and a pocket of tricks. Cheeseburger grease on his finger so slick. You blink for a second, your wallet is gone. Fester's laughing loud, chewing on a foot long. Oh, Fester, you dirty dog. Scamming through the shadows like a hog in the fog. You eat like a king, but you act so low. Big old Fester got nowhere to go.
No, nowhere. MJ Morning Show.
They say he's got charm, but it's hard to see. With mustard on his shirt and ketchup on his knee. He'll sell you a dream, but it's all a lie. Then order 2 pizzas and a side of pie. From
Great.
city to city, he leaves his mark. Conning old ladies and stealing in the dark. They say he's got a big reputation, but Fester's just a fraud with a wild imagination.
All right, how the hell does this website kick this out? This is like a hit song.
So you would never know this is AI, like that robotic voice. It sounds just like a singer.
Oh my God.
I mean, there are country acts that have never produced a song this good ever.
Yeah, like Billy Ray Cyrus.
Seriously. He's been singing for 40 years. He's never done anything this good.
Unbelievable. All right, we're going to take this to the next level a little later this morning, probably in our long segment when we start the hour and 20 minutes plus of nonstop MJ at about 7:25. Somewhere in the long segment, we're going to go to phones, and we're going to have you, the MJ Morning Show listener, give us a whole bunch of search terms. Like I said, all right, I want a Fester song. And I said, Fester's a big fat slob. He eats everything in sight. He's a grifter. He's a scam artist. And it generated that song, which is unfreaking believable. So we're going to have listeners call in later on. And whatever, if you want a song about Fester, you want a song about me, you know, MJ, short little troll with beady eyes, you know. Michelle, why are you laughing?
You don't have beady eyes.
I don't. I'm just coming up with crap.
Why don't you say short little troll with blue eyes?
Whatever.
You're kind of beady.
So
You're a little beady.
or anything else. Maybe you want a song about Taylor Swift. Maybe you want a song about who knows.
You name it.
Yeah. So we're going to take calls, have people give us the search ideas and just the wacky ideas. We'll put it into the search, and it takes, like 20 seconds to generate?
Within
And
then
then
a couple seconds.
Then we'll play the song live. So I'm looking forward to this. That's going to happen later on the MJ Morning Show. All right, we're just getting rolling here on, Tuesday on the MJ Morning Show.
From the Kemp Law Group Studios, 104.7
Why is that there?
WRBQ, HD1 Tampa, a Beasley Media Group station.
Why the hell's that there? Oh, I guess I guess I didn't play that before. Yeah, I guess I skipped that.
You want to play it again?
No,
What do we do now?
that's now I play traffic. Yeah,
Oh.
now it's now it's traffic time on the MJ Morning Show. Here's Shriner back in a minute. Good morning. 6:18 at the MJ Morning Show. Hey, Michelle, do you remember, I don't know what, last week I talked about the utter and sheer miserable disappointment of getting the bad watermelon. Julian was so excited.
Yeah.
We picked up a watermelon. Not that it's such a rarity because it is, watermelon season.
Yeah.
And, I did everything right. I looked for, there's a whole list of like what to do with watermelons. You want the stripes, kind of like the different green lines that you want
Right.
them. You want them further apart.
That's what the internet said.
Yeah, then closer together. Also, the watermelon thump.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to be able to like thump and pat a watermelon. Like Roger Schulman in his stomach. You pat it. And you get a like a hollow kind of sound, and that's supposed to be a good indicator. So a couple of weeks ago, Julian and I, we were shopping. It was Walmart. I think we were at Walmart, and they had some watermelons on sale for like $4.59 or whatever, $4.67. And found the watermelon that I thought fit the bill, and then we put it in the fridge. It sat in the fridge for a couple of days to really chill and cool down. And then Julian kept like texting, watermelon. He wanted me to cut the watermelon. So I cut the watermelon, and the watermelon just sucked. I mean, it wasn't like a pile of rotten side, and I've had that before. That blows, where it's kind of like a rotten watermelon inside. And it wasn't that, but I opened the watermelon up, and it wasn't really a nice bright red. It was like a pale shade of pink. It was just odd. And it had, slight watermelon flavor, but it wasn't just dripping and oozing with delicious, sweet watermelon goodness. So it was just a big freaking disappointment. Hey, Fester, come on in and join us. We've been back for 3 minutes. Come on back in.
I've been talking to Andrew.
Hold on. You've been out of my line of sight, just in the
Yeah.
producer's room?
You have an awfully large blind spot over there.
Yeah, I know.
I heard you talking about melons, right?
Why are you standing there when we're on the air?
Well, you're talking about melons. I don't have a lot to add to that.
All right. Anyway,
I'm not in that scene.
the reason why I'm bringing this up about the bad, crappy, disappointing watermelon, you know what? I wanted to take that watermelon, drive up to Walmart, and just throw it inside the front door and let it just smash all over. No, I didn't return it. I should have returned the damn thing in pieces.
Watermelon's hard to return.
No, you just put it in a wheelbarrow and just roll it up to customer service and dump it on the counter. That's what I should have done.
Yeah.
So the reason why I'm bringing this up is I got an email from Lori Sowers.
Oh,
What if it's any relation to Lloyd Sowers from Fox 13?
a twin cousin.
Yeah, maybe so. A twin
I
cousin?
don't know.
How the hell do you have a twin cousin, you dummy? Really? Twin cousin. So Lori sent me an email. Hey, I heard your segment about watermelon. In case you don't know, there are extremely good local watermelons available in Brooksville.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great for the people who live in Brooksville.
Exactly.
I don't get up to Brooksville that often.
Are we taking a road trip?
Road trip to Brooksville. I'll spend $15 on gasoline to get a $5 watermelon.
I think one of the best watermelons you had, or a couple of watermelons, was when we took Chloe to summer camp up in Georgia.
Oh,
and we
man.
literally were just driving on a 2-lane road.
Yeah, where?
And there was a big watermelon patch next to us.
Yeah,
And some guys were out there
Where in Georgia was that? Do you
near
remember?
Albany. Because we took her to summer camp near Albany.
Was it a Girl Scout thing?
It was a Girl Scout camp that we took her
Right,
to.
that's right. So we weren't far from Albany, Georgia. We're on
Yeah.
some back freaking road in Georgia. I'm waiting for like Buford T. Pusser to pull me over and bust out my taillights, right? Hey, boy, your taillight's broken. That's another violation. So we're on a back road, and there's this watermelon field, and there are a bunch of folks working in the field, and there's it's like a supervisor, a foreman, you can tell, and a pickup truck just kind of sitting there, leaning against the pickup truck with his arms folded. So I hooked a Yui. I'm like, hey, Michelle, maybe I can buy a watermelon.
Right off the field.
Right off the
Yeah.
field.
Field fresh.
Exactly. So I whip the car around. I pull up this little dirt road, and guy goes, howdy. I said, yeah, hey, can I buy a watermelon or two and, throw it in the trunk? He said, nope. But you can take as many as you'd like.
Got to pick him right there.
Even better.
Yeah.
He said, there's no way we're picking this whole field. It's a bumper crop. Yeah, no way we're picking this whole field of watermelon. Yep. And I'm Wilford Brimley. Come on down and pick up some watermelon. Or who's that other guy? Who's the white-haired guy with the bushy mustache that kind of talks like this?
Sam Elliott?
That's right. Sam Elliott. That's him right there. Sam Elliott. I think Sam Elliott, is still alive, but Wilford Brimley from the oatmeal commercials, he's done passed.
Guess that oatmeal isn't so good for you after all.
So it's heart healthy, they say. All right. Wonder what Wilford Brimley died of. All right. So the guy says, yeah, take as many as you want. We can't pick them all. So I end up, what did we take? Like 3 or something?
Yeah.
I think we took 3 watermelon, and they were fantastic.
Yeah.
So we drove them all the way home in the trunk from Florida-Georgia line. Came on back to the Tampa Bay area.
Was it in July?
Michelle? It was a summer month.
It was. It was maybe late June.
So far, you have described the first 3 lyrics of the song Watermelon Crawl.
What?
Have you never heard the Tracy Bird country song Watermelon Crawl?
Let's hear it.
Hold on.
He mentions Georgia. He mentions how hot it was in July.
And found a watermelon patch on the side of the road, and the foreman said, you can't buy them, but you can take them.
No, he found the Watermelon Festival.
Oh, did he?
Where he heard a small-town speech from the mayor.
So I got this email from Lori Sowers, and she's like, you got to come up to Brooksville to J.O. Batten, and he sells them on Jefferson Street.
Hey, I think Jefferson's the main drag in Brooksville.
Is that it? It's been a little spell since I've been up in Brooksville. But I know we have a ton of listeners up in Brooksville.
How far do you drive for a good watermelon?
I-75 and Dale Mabry.
I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
What did I say?
The good watermelon.
I'm sorry,
275.
275 at Dale
I
Mabry.
mean, the good watermelon has to really come to me. You know, I want it at my grocer.
All right, so are you really going to play a watermelon song?
Yeah.
Have you never heard it?
I've never heard the watermelon song by Tracy Bird, the Watermelon Crawl.
Listen to it. You might like it.
All right, go. Country singers, why do they all have to have that same twangy sound? What causes that?
What makes New Yorkers sound like the way they sound? What makes
All
Boston
right,
people
all right.
not being able to say they can park a car?
I got it.
In the
All
yard.
right. Anyway, so thank you, Lori
Thank you, Lori Sauer.
Sowers.
Yeah, apologies.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Hey, if you bought some dumbbells at Costco, there's a recall.
Like workout dumbbells?
Yeah, workout dumbbells. Yeah. 100 injuries at least have been reported.
What, the weight falls off the stick?
Yeah. Well, here's the deal. Bowflex, that's a name we've all heard of.
Mm-hmm.
So Bowflex, the exercise equipment. Remember they used to sell like the big apparatus for your house?
Yeah.
Like a big Bowflex like machine.
It was like all tension and like bands or the
Yeah.
bow would bend and that was the pressure.
So you want to hear something crazy? When I was in college or just maybe just after college, I found out that one of the Bowflex models, and this goes back to like, it must have been after college, but so it would have been late 80s, right? Late 80s. I found out that a good friend of mine growing up, that his brother, Dougie, I think it was Dougie, that he was one of the Bowflex models, like in the ads or the commercials.
Oh, they had good-looking people in those
Yeah,
models.
that's what I'm saying. So a buddy of mine growing up in Nanuet, New York was Eric Major. And Eric Major is now like a well-known plastic surgeon up in like New York. And, my brother, who's a plastic surgeon, my brother Drew, knows Eric, in the community. He's been to conventions and seminars. And so, he's run into Eric over the years. I found out that Eric Major's brother, this kid that, I kind of grew up around, younger brother, was one of the Bowflex models. This is years ago. This is like late 80s, early 90s. I'm like, holy crap, I didn't know that. And he was in the TV commercials or whatever. So that's what I remember about Bowflex. But apparently they still sell exercise equipment. And it looks like they have a dumbbell set where you kind of peel off the weight. It's like, instead of having like a fixed, like 50-pound barbell, or a dumbbell, you get to like select a weight, So here's the deal.
This seems like the dumbest invention. Just buy the weight.
Recall of the Bowflex 552 adjustable dumbbells. They were, I guess, sold at Costco at one point, but I don't think they sell them anymore, but they're being recalled. Yeah, the Consumer Product Safety Commission issued a voluntary recall of the Bowflex 552 adjustable dumbbells because the weight plates can dislodge from the handle, posing an impact hazard. You know what? Let me put that in layman's terms. You ready?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch! All right, those are the layman's terms, as like one of the weight plates falls off and just crushes your metatarsals.
This is the dumbest dumbbell I've ever seen. Where you could add weight or take weight off.
Dumbass dumbbell?
It looks like it's going to fall apart on you. Even if it's made well. I mean,
Yeah.
you add weight to a barbell is one thing where it's secure on the end, but a dumbbell, just buy the 15-pound dumbbell and then buy a 25-pound dumbbell.
We used to have a set, not this one, but a set like it that does the same thing.
What happened to those? Where did those go?
I don't know.
Where
Were you using them?
Did you donate them or throw
no,
them away?
you know what? Where did those go?
They might still be in the house. Maybe you should go find them.
They're not in the house. I wouldn't know where they were. All right, so along with the dumbbells, They're also, I guess, recalling the Bowflex 1090 adjustable dumbbells.
Oh, the 552 and the 1090, yes.
Oh, yeah. They were sold at Costco, Best Buy. What the hell is Best Buy selling dumbbells for? Oh, yeah, the dumbbells, they're right next to the VCRs. You know, right next to the DVD players.
You know, I think I remember.
Those references are circa 1989 and 1996.
I think I remember for a short while, Best Buy sold exercise equipment.
Really?
That was like the elliptical because it was, very computer based and
All right, so
technological.
Costco, Best Buy, Dick's Sporting Goods. They were sold online through Amazon and the Bowflex website. Nearly 4 million units are involved in the recall. Holy crap. That's a big undertaking. 4 million units. Is that going to put Bowflex out of business? I guess it's owned by Johnson Health Tech Trading, is the parent company of Bowflex, at least these days. Man, yeah, just be careful. So you know that at least 100 people had the weight plate fall off the dumbbell bar and just completely probably crush their pinky toe.
Okay.
And this little pinky went to the hospital because a Bowflex crushed it.
Of the millions sold, it sounds like 100 smashed toes is just operator error.
Of the,
I mean, that
Oh my
seems like an
gosh.
acceptable number.
oh, you think it's acceptable?
I mean, if you sold,
We sold 4 million units. We have 100 reports of smashed feet.
that's actually, I'm surprised
Yeah,
it's that
you know
low.
what? Yeah, we'll go with that. That's all right. Yeah, that's fine.
I thought it'd be like 2,000, 3,000 people. Just 100.
Like bugs in a can.
Yeah.
That's a certain amount is okay.
Well, I mean, Michelle, if 4 million people buy something and 100
Yeah.
people completely screw it up, that's not really terrible odds.
No, I agree
I'll
with
take
you.
my chances.
My cousin is a lawyer, and he used to work for a big consumer products company. And he used to tell me, yeah, the FDA, Food and Drug Administration, they've got like guidelines, like how many rat hairs can be in a can of vegetables.
Yeah.
And,
You put me in a room with 4 million people, and then you say, okay, 100 of you will have a broken toe randomly. All right, I'll bet that I'm not getting picked.
that's just cost of doing business.
That's it.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the morons in the news are next. Man, I got a great pile of morons. 6:33 at the MJ Morning Show. So heads up, morons in the news in minutes. Hey, what's your plan if your air conditioning goes out on a hot and humid day and there's no ice-cold watermelon nearby? You call my friends at Plan B Air Conditioning. Yeah, they just put in a brand new unit in my house. They did a wonderful job. So I've got a brand new air conditioning unit. I had one of my zones go out. It was just going to be too costly for the parts. It was already like 13 years old. So we just put in a brand new Daikin unit, and it's working very, very, very well. If you're looking for a great air conditioning company, folks, whether it's for service or whether you need a new unit, you want Plan B Air Conditioning. First of all, you mentioned me, MJ, they'll take 10% off. If you do need a new air conditioning unit, they'll beat any other company by at least $500. Honesty, integrity, decades of experience. When your air conditioning breaks, and it will at some point, it's not going to blow cold, call Plan B Air Conditioning. Go to planbairconditioning.com, or the phone number is 813-PLAN-BAC. Mention me, MJ, planbairconditioning.com. If you have concerns about your retirement, and listen, you could be in your mid to late 40s into your 50s. Maybe you're a couple of years away from retirement. Maybe you're right at retirement, or maybe you're in it. What could you be doing differently to ensure that your retirement is what you want it to be? This is where I highly recommend, sooner rather than later, you get a hold of Steve and Elizabeth Holland at the Holland Group Retirement Wealth Advisors. They will give you a second opinion. They'll look at your current planning and say, hey, you know what? This can be done a whole lot better. The Hollands will write you written plans, investment strategy to bring you investment income in every month to replace the paycheck that goes away when you retire. And again, the full retirement plan, tax planning is essential. If you're working with an advisor or a broker that says, no, we don't integrate tax planning, then run away, because that's a crucial cog in the wheel. Get the Hollands on the phone. Get the phone number on the website, askthehollins.com. That's askthehollins.com, and get a second opinion. Ask any questions about your investing and retirement planning, and they'll do it complimentary, no cost to you. Tell them that MJ sent you. Askthehollins.com. 636 Morons next. MJ Morning Show. Hang on. Let's go. The morons in the news on the MJ Morning Show. All right, first of all, I got a lot of problems with this story. First of all, despicable, hideous, horrific behavior. A moped riding bully up in New York ripped a $1,300 chain off of an individual's necklace. So on a moped, drove by, that's a deal. That's something that does happen. You've got, like some, marauding gangs, either on bicycles, mopeds, and they will, and I'm sure it's not just New York, but they'll rip jewelry off people's necks. You see some, fancy schmancy, Fifth Avenue, Park Avenue in the 70s or 80s upper crust New Yorker walking down the street, and they got all kinds of Van Cleef and Arpels jewelry dangling all around their neck, and you just drive by and you rip it off. And obviously that's a crime. It's egregious. It's awful. $1,300 necklace ripped off of an individual. This is where the story gets a little wacky. Off of a 5-year-old boy's neck. All right, what the hell? Now, of course, the crime is awful, but what the hell is a 5-year-old wearing a $1,300 necklace for?
I mean, yeah, I'd rob the 5-year-old too.
All right, Fess, I didn't say that.
I
Stop
wouldn't,
it.
But if I'm looking for somebody to rob, and there's this big buff guy with his big necklace on, and then there's a 5-year-old with his big old dookie chain on.
What the hell are you saying?
He's saying he would take the chain.
I mean, if I was going to rob one person, right? If you MJ, put yourself in the position of the robber. Let's role play here.
I'm not role playing anything.
You're the robber.
All right. So now you're condoning robbing 5-year-olds.
No,
that's fantastic.
This is like the choose.
Ladies and gentlemen, Fester's humanity. Oh, it's wonderful.
Stop it, man. This is like the choose your own adventure books back in the day.
Yeah.
If you're going to rob the big muscle bound guy, turn to page 46. If you want to rob the 5-year-old, turn to page 82.
Oh, where did those books go?
Remember those?
No.
You never read a choose your own adventure book?
I don't think so. I think you just made that up.
No, that was a thing.
Michelle, you remember adventure books?
No.
Yeah, I don't either.
It's like,
dude, that's crawling around in your own head.
No, choose your own adventure books.
Yeah.
That was a real thing.
Yeah, choose your own.
rob?
Choose your own lunch book. That's what you were reading.
I read those too. But
Yeah.
you rob the big buff guy and he beats you up and kills you.
All right,
You rob
so-
the 5-year-old and you get away with it.
The M&M, the moped mugger, ripped a $1,300 chain off a 5-year-old boy's neck and then sped off down a Bronx street last weekend. Yeah, the unidentified mugger drove the two-wheeler up to a young child who was walking with his father in front of an apartment building, and that's when the heist happened. Again, what the hell is a 5-year-old kid wearing a $1,300 piece of jewelry for? That makes no sense at all. Yeah, the boy was left with redness, swollen neck, was treated on the scene by EMS. The stolen chain worth about $1,300. All right, two morons here. The mugger's a moron, and then, I'm sorry, the 5-year-old kid should not be wearing a $1,300 gold chain.
I will say, with the price of gold, it's not a very substantial chain.
You know what? There were choose your own adventure books.
Yeah, it's a thing.
It really is from 19. Where did I just see this?
Children's literacy. You'd read these You're on a raft, and you're thirsty. Do you drink the seawater? Turn to page 18.
What?
You're dead.
From 1979 to 1998. What? You don't read. So how would you?
Yes,
how
I
could
do.
you possibly?
Yes, I read.
No,
I
you
don't.
don't.
I don't read adventure books made for 6-year-olds.
Okay, can I just say that this
What?
book sounds perfect for you because you used to love those Clive Cussler books, but this would have been right up your alley. Because you would like to choose what you want to do next.
Oh.
Do you want to be a hiker? Do you want to be an investigator? Or do you want to be a mountain climber? Or a race car driver?
Hey, before I forget, this has nothing to do with morons in the news. I just remembered this. Fester, was the cloud cover too heavy, or did you see the strawberry moon on the way in this morning?
I didn't even know what was going on.
Oh, man. So, yeah, we saw, it was about 5:20 or so. We saw the biggest freaking strawberry moon. Is it full moon right now? Type in current moon phase. And I think it's called the strawberry moon. We had this massive, this was driving 275 south over the Howard Franklin. So, really driving due west. In the western sky, man, is it full moon?
Today's a waxing
gibbous. All right, so tomorrow's a full moon. So it's like almost full, just like one little bitty like sliver off of the upper left is missing.
So
tomorrow's full moon, but it is a big. So the moon's got to be pretty close to us right now. What does the moon average? About 240 something thousand miles away. So it's got to be maybe 228, 230, whatever it takes. But the moon was huge this morning, and it had that like reddish hue. I think it's currently the strawberry. Just type that. Are we currently having a strawberry moon? But it was huge. But Michelle, as we were driving, most of the moon was visible, but then the clouds were moving in on the moon and darkening it. It was really, really cool. And then by the time we got fully across to the Pinellas side, it was gone. The moon was totally obstructed by cloud cover.
Yeah, I didn't notice it. It must have been blocked. Yes, the strawberry moon is currently visible.
Yeah. Oh, man, the strawberry moon was incredible.
Will it be strawberry tomorrow or tonight?
I don't know.
Is tonight the?
Well, it'll be full moon tomorrow on the 11th. But anyway, back to morons in the news. Listen to this. This is from Knoxville. Fester, you know where Knoxville is?
I do.
Why don't you tell me where Knoxville is?
Sure. It's in Tennessee.
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 Tennessee. Yep. Tennessee. Tennessee. Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Tennessee. Yep.
Tennessee.
Listen to this. A Knoxville woman charged after shooting a handgun at a man posing as an Xfinity salesman to scam her. So, yeah, we got two things at play here. So, a door-to-door scammer pretending to be Xfinity.
Yeah,
So,
they knock on doors in neighborhoods and try to canvass and try to make appointments.
is there Xfinity cable? I know that there's Comcast, the big cable TV around here. The big cable and internet is Spectrum. But, you've got Comcast, right? And you got Xfinity, Frontier. But you know what I heard? Isn't Verizon buying back Frontier?
I thought we talked about that earlier in the year.
Yeah, I thought I read that, Verizon sold Fios locally to Frontier, and then I think that Verizon is buying Frontier back.
So Xfinity seems to be a big player south of the Tampa Bay area.
Like Fort Myers.
I mean, here's Bradenton.
Bradenton.
I think that's the closest one to Tampa.
Gotcha.
But Hialeah.
You know what? I think my parents in Fort Lauderdale, I think they have Xfinity. When you hear Xfinity, I always thought of like, it's like a porno channel. Yeah. Man, I got triple Xfinity. Yeah.
It's a good package.
Big old, at the porn package from Xfinity.
It's a big one.
Yeah. So listen, this guy is like going through this Knoxville, Tennessee neighborhood, pretending to be an Xfinity salesman, right? So the case is about Lucinda Cameron Cox and a man that they've only identified as Mark. The person said that she came to her house to scam her out of hundreds of dollars, right? According to the report, Cameron Cox said Mark came to see her at her house, convinced her to change her service, got $300 from the woman. She later went to an Xfinity store where she learned that Mark was a fraud. Nope, we didn't have any Mark going door to door collecting $300. She was ripped off by a fake door-to-door cable Xfinity salesman, right? Knowing that she had been fraudulently scammed, she called Mark back in order to have him install the equipment. Wait a minute. She had Mark the scammer's phone number? The guy's doing a ruse.
I mean, he probably has some kind of burner phone
Right.
to communicate with potential victims.
So they called Mark back in order to have him install the equipment that they were supposed to receive from the Xfinity store, but the store said, no, you've been scammed. And once Mark returned, she tried to force Mark to stay in the residence. Mark managed to leave the house, but Cameron followed him outside and then fired a shot from a Taurus 38 Special at him. Ha! No one was hurt, but she was charged with reckless endangerment. And she told police she wished that she had shot him. Missed him, but wished that he had shot him. And she's charged. What about Mark? Mark ripped her off for $300.
Nope, he's fine.
Tell you what, Tennessee justice, that's worth a shooting. You know?
I mean, what's the problem?
Yeah, just be careful, man. All these, scam artists, all these, if it's not door to door, it's over the phone. It's the jury duty scam trying to get you to cough up money. Oh, you're going to be arrested. You missed jury duty. There's a new scam that they're warning about locally with families of inmates incarcerated at the county jails. I'll get that later on. Unbelievable. Yes, Michelle, looks like you want to say something.
No, I was listening to you.
Oh, okay. What else do we? Oh, listen to this. Guy's doing 130 miles an hour. Told Connecticut state troopers he was late for his job interview.
Oh, my gosh.
You got to get there on time. You don't want to be late for
Yeah.
the first interview.
Hey, listen, I told the story. Michelle and I, we work out at X-Force Body. They've got a location on Kennedy. Oh, I saw Linda Hurtado yesterday. Yeah. I saw Linda Hurtado from Fox 13. She was working out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gail Guayardo works out there. You got Linda Hurtado. I didn't even know that Linda was working out there because she usually has a different time than us. But we walk in yesterday after the show to do our Monday workout, and there's Linda Hurtado from Fox 13. Looking all fit and trim and, all X-Force Body. Anyway, the owner of X-Force Body, Ely, she told us, she was looking for some new trainers, and like 3 trainers in a row showed up late to the job interview. And if you show up late, that's it. The interview's over. It's like the turnaround. You're not even coming in. There's no interview. You've showed up late. You're not coming in. Unbelievable. Anyway, so guy told troopers he was driving over 130 miles an hour because he was late for a job interview. This is in Connecticut. Yeah, dude was driving 132 miles an hour on I-91. Told troopers he was speeding. He was late for a job interview. What a bonehead. This is like the second story we've had like this. We had another similar story a couple of months ago, I think, and another guy's doing a ridiculous speed because he was late for a job interview.
Does seem familiar.
Yeah, that'll make you even later, ladies and gentlemen, if you're going that fast. 6:54 at the MJ Morning Show. When we get back, 7 o'clock hour starts. Oh, man, I got a bucket of yuck. Next, a bucket of yuck. You got to hear this. Holy moly. And then also, man, I got the Area 51 UFO pile this morning. And where are ETs, where are UFOs hiding in the country or in the world? We'll tell you next. Oh, yeah. In minutes here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Don't move. Hey, WeatherTight Mike. WeatherTight Windows. WeatherTightWindows.com. Don't forget the cookies, WeatherTight Mike. So we're in the midst of hurricane season, still early. Still, before things potentially get ramped up, you have the opportunity to get your windows and doors replaced. You don't want to be stuck in bad weather if you've got really marginal, crappy windows. Hey, it might be window and door replacement time because, with the elements, the weather, there's a shelf life. And if you know that you need new windows and doors, you got to call WeatherTight Mike. Best around. Of course, they use PGT custom windows and doors, but it's also the installation. It's not just a great product like a PGT custom window and door, but you got to have expert, precise, amazing installation because you could have a good actual product, but if the installation is poor, you're going to end up with a lousy job. You get both. You get a great experience all the way around. When it's time for window and door replacements, WeatherTight mic, WeatherTight windows, right now, $200 rebate per door, $100 rebate per window. WeatherTight mic, WeatherTightWindows.com. Don't forget the cookies and tell them that MJ sent you. Let me give you another hot tip here. It's about your roof, or if you prefer, about your roof. Your roof. If you need a new roof, or a new roof. They do both. They do roofs and they do roofs. It's Westfall Roofing. Listen, shelf span, shelf life. There's a time horizon. The average roof in Florida lasts between 15 and 20 years. Might be time. You have leaks. You have some damage. Do you just need a repair? Do you need a brand new roof? You call Westfall Roofing. They do the roofing at my house. So bottom line is, if I trust Westfall at my house, folks, you can trust Westfall clearly at your house. Call them up, get an estimate. When you need a repair or a brand new roof, you absolutely must call Westfall Roofing. WestfallRoofing.com. That's WestfallRoofing.com. And tell them that MJ sent you. Traffic's on 657. A bucket of yuck. Oh, my God. You got to hear this next.
Under Lakeland, we have...
5 or 6 people send me this in email. You know, you can always email me. I'm mj@mjmorningshow.com or DM. You know, my DMs are open on my Instagram. That's my social media channel of choice. Yeah, Instagram. If you don't follow me, you should. Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. In fact, I didn't go over a couple of my latest IG postings. Oh, you see the geyser yesterday on my IG? Oh, yeah. Driving home from the workout yesterday, a big old geyser along Kennedy. Yeah, I hate to see that water bill. I'll get to that here in a second. But you can always email me. I'm mj@mjmorningshow.com. Private personal email, hot tip, gossip. You got something we need to know. If you want to remain anonymous, that's fine. Just tell me. mj@mjmorningshow.com. And then on Instagram, my DMs are open at Certified MJ Radio. So I had a whole bunch of people send me, hey, why did they just jump? A skydiving plane crashed with skydivers on board.
I mean, why didn't they just jump?
Well, listen, the bottom line is, also what was their altitude when they had a problem.
I'll take my chances when I know the plane's crashing.
Yeah, this is from over the weekend. Tennessee, skydiving plane crashed with up to 20 people on board. 2 were rushed to the hospital in critical condition. Hopefully they survived. Yeah, 2 were in, I guess 4 were rushed to the hospital. 2 were in really critical condition. The crash site was being evaluated. Nobody was immediately killed in the crash, which is good. And it was a skydiving plane. But I don't think they ran into trouble at altitude where you could jump from 3,000 or 5,000 feet. I think it happened.
I think the plane never got off the ground.
Yeah, or
for nobody to die in this crash.
I mean, if you're 20 feet off the ground in distress, it's not going to do you any good to jump then, right?
Maybe if you land in a bush.
But that was like the joke. Everyone, hey, why did they jump? It was a skydiving plane that crashed. They had the means. Well, no, not if you're landing or if you're taking off and you have a problem. Is there an update on this? Is there an update on in what phase of flight they were in?
No fatalities reported.
Yeah, just some people were messed up. So hopefully they come through. All right, I got a bucket of yuck story. Well, many buckets of yuck. What is wrong with people? Can you imagine? This is kind of like the disgusting neighbor next door. I could probably ask for phone calls right now and ask people, you know what, I'm going to do that. Listen to the bucket of yuck story, and I'm not saying that you're going to call up and beat this story, but, I mean, I'm sure we have people listening that have, miserable next-door neighbor slob stories. Not a sob story, a slob story. But listen to this, a house with buckets of bathroom waste outside.
Oh.
Can you imagine that they're using buckets like big Home Depot 5-gallon paint buckets?
Just orange buckets stacked on top of each other full of poop?
I guess they had some plumbing problems inside, so they did it all in buckets.
Oh.
And this family had up to 30 buckets.
It's a lot of poop.
Of human just outside the house, just reeking up the neighborhood.
Where was this?
In Virginia. On
Where?
Celebrity Lane in Fishersville, Virginia. Can you imagine? Over 30 buckets of human waste on the ground. And the neighbors are they can't even go outside.
Oh.
They can't even open their windows. It's a health hazard. Yeah, where the hell is the health department in this particular community? Anyway, you know what? I'm gonna open up the phones here. I'm gonna see what time is it? 7:07. I've got time. I've got what?
It's 7:07. Time for a shout out.
We
All right, you've already shouted out the lawyer,
Danny Goldstein,
Oh.
certified MJ Morning Show listener. This is his window. He listens from 7 to 7:07 every morning.
Well, he could be over now.
It could be.
Could be already.
He'll hear it. He'll hear it.
All right, fine. Let's go to phones on this. So whether it's now or whether it was previously, have you had a neighbor? I mean, the slobs next door. What's the worst thing that a next door neighbor did. Give me a slob story. 800-990-1047. Just really, really bad, slovenly, slob-like neighbors. What would they do that would gross you out, or what was just inconsiderate, just terrible neighbor? Anybody got a story for me? Tell me about the neighbor next door and their disgusting habits. 800-990-1047 gets you in. That's the phone number, gets you right in. Let's see if we can scare up a couple of calls. So it could be currently. Oh, and if you want to remain anonymous, if you don't want to say your name or where you are and just tell the story about the slobby neighbor, have at it. 800-990-1047. So it could be a current neighbor, or maybe it was something previously. Hey, maybe you had to move because of the slob neighbor. I don't know if it gets worse than a neighbor with 30 buckets of bathroom filth.
I mean, yeah, that's one of the worst situations I could ever imagine.
Yeah. All right. So come on. I know that there are people. Andrew screening calls now. I know there are people listening that have good, slovenly, slob-like neighbor stories of just neighbors that were inconsiderate, grotesque. They were filthy. They, just did things that really, pissed you off. All right. Andrew's flooded now. So
I mean, the worst person in my neighborhood is me.
Yeah.
I'm the neighbor.
Yeah, let me put these calls on hold. Every line is ringing here, and Andrew. Oh, we got one on hold already? All right, we got Katie in Clearwater. She's screened. Hello, Katie. Welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Hi.
Hey, good morning, Katie. Do you have a bad neighbor story?
Yes.
What happened?
So I had a neighbor, and he was a hoarder. And my poor grandmother, who's in her 80s, couldn't open her window or her blinds because his carport was covered in stuff.
So it was just an eyesore, but did it smell, or was it just...
Once in a while, yeah, you could smell pot.
Oh, so they were smoking... so it was a hoarder that was also a cannabis smoker.
Yeah.
All right, but it was an eyesore. Your grandmother did not want to open up the windows because she would have to look out of her house, and it was just a disgusting, like a trash heap in this guy's driveway.
Yes, and in the house.
Oh, so it was a total hoarder house. So the house was like a disgusting mess as well.
Yes.
So what eventually happened?
They were kicked out of the house because he didn't pay rent.
All right, so the hoarder was kicked out.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Those are nightmares. So some of the landlords out there, when they have to kick a hoarder out.
Worst.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
They got to bring dumpsters in and everything. And
Yeah, it took them 3 weeks just to empty out the house.
oh, my God. Yeah, you got to call early bird dumpsters.
Well, we will now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, great dumpster. If you need a dumpster, call early bird dumpsters. They'll drop it right off and pick it up. All right, Katie, thanks for the call.
All right, thanks.
All right, Lulu in Elfers. It's been a spell since I've been up to Elfers, Fester. What about you?
You know what? I don't make it up there nearly as often as I'd like.
Yeah, you're not missing anything.
Okay, all right. Lulu, what's your bad neighbor story?
I had some druggies that lived in this trailer, and they put 3 toilets out behind their trailer.
Oh.
And the little druggies would come and use the toilet in broad daylight.
So they would go outside to use the toilet, and obviously the toilets were not connected to anything. So whatever was deposited in the toilet just sat there.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
my.
I was kind of hidden with a private driveway behind this really nasty trailer park, and they were the bane of my existence for years.
And what happened to the druggies with the outdoor toilets?
Eventually the cops, busted the house, and the trailer was smashed and destroyed, and they were gone from the neighborhood.
Right. Did any of them OD?
Oh, yeah. I think they had a couple of them a couple times throughout the years. Yeah.
Oh, great. Fantastic.
It
What were they? Were they a bunch of meth heads?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking Elfers. Elfers.
Yeah.
That reeks of meth heads. So.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Thank you, Lululemon.
Thank you, Lulu.
You have a good day.
You have a good day.
In Elfers.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye. How about Alberto in Tampa? All right. Bad neighbors. Alberto, what did a neighbor do to you?
Hi, MJ. How you guys doing? I'm Alberto from Rice Gourmet House.
Oh, hey. Oh. Yeah,
I
Alberto.
got you and Michelle last time, too, so probably she remembers me, too. But anyway.
Well, we know you. Every time we go to Wright's,
Exactly, yep.
Among our South Tampa sandwich stops, of course, there's Barrow's Gourmet Sandwich. There's Mickey's Subs.
All right, there's a lot of sandwich shops in South Tampa.
And Fester, shut up!
You
I'm
don't
trying
have to shout out everyone. He's from Wright's.
So Alberto works at Wright's Gourmet, deli sandwich shop, and when we pop in there, Alberto always says hello to us.
Oh, I can hear them.
Yeah, all right, go ahead.
Among our South Tampa.
Yeah, Alberto, go ahead.
Sounds like
Alberto, turn your radio down.
It sounds like your cell phone's in a big
Yeah, I just
thing of.
couldn't hear you for a second. I was trying to keep up. Okay, yes, I can hear you.
All right, so what happened with the neighbor?
Oh, well, just bad neighbors in general that don't pick up after their pets. I had a couple of those around, so I have become like a reinforcement, reinforcement type of neighbor when it comes to those things. You just gotta be like, hey, bro, pick up your, after your pet, grab it back.
Yeah, the pets are all pooping in your yard. You're
I
stepping
know
in.
you had
Yeah.
a situation like that. I saw your video.
Yeah,
So, Alberto, somebody told me recently to sprinkle cayenne pepper on the grass and sidewalk in front of your house.
Oh, really?
And the dog doesn't want to stop.
Oh man, I gotta get a 50-pound bag.
That was it.
Yeah.
Because after you said you had the phantom pooper in
Oh,
your
yeah,
neighborhood,
yeah.
MJ, somebody called in or sent me a text, sprinkle cayenne pepper. It's not poisonous, but it's like pepper spray for dogs.
Alberto, thanks for calling, buddy. We'll see you soon. I gotta go to Restaurant Depot and see if they have a big 50-pound bag of cayenne pepper. Yeah, I got a little dog issue on one part of my lawn where all the dogs like that. My lawn's all screwed over there. Les in Bradenton. So, Les, what disgusting things have neighbors done to you?
When I was about 14 years old,
Yep.
we had a house behind us.
Hey, Les, your phone sounds like it was from when you were 14 years old. Can you? Les, can you somehow make your phone sound?
Hear me now?
Oh, much better. All right. Go ahead.
So I was like 14 years old,
Right.
and the neighbors behind us, which our kitchen faced their bedroom.
Right.
I had this 22, 23-year-old girl. She always got undressed with the windows wide open.
Right.
And you were talking about being a slob. Well, at 14 years old, I was slobbering everywhere.
So this was a good neighbor situation. Well, at least for a 14-year-old kid.
Tell you what, man.
Yeah.
Your phone's too crappy for that joke. But it was pretty funny.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Thank you, Les. Slobbing neighbors. He was slobbering.
He was a slob.
Hey, all right, two more calls. I'll take Paige in St. Pete, then we'll grab Collins. Paige, St. Pete, paging Paige. Paige, you're on the MJ Morning Show.
All right. So when I lived in Lakeland, which is about 4 years ago, we moved in this beautiful house with a pool, and our next door neighbor had about 70 cats and dogs and farm animals inside their home and outside the home. And you could not even go outside to swim because the smell of cat urine and farm animals was so horrible.
Oh, that's disgusting. All right, thank you, Paige.
Thank you.
Oh, God. So if you're just tuning in, we just had a story about people up in, Virginia, and I guess the toilets don't work in their house, and they've got 30 buckets of...
I mean, they don't move the buckets? They don't take it? They don't
They're just filling the buckets up inside the house, and they're just putting them outside in the yard, and the neighbors are going freaking nuts. So that's why I said, hey, let's take some phone calls on really, really bad neighbors. All right, last call on this. Collins and Holiday. Hello, Collins, MJ Morning Show. You're up.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, well, go ahead.
So, I got this neighbor that collects, basically buys, junkyard cars and everything. And he looks like cousin Eddie from National Lampoon's, Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, bleepers full.
Doesn't wear a shirt.
Oh, great.
And I guess there's one time he parked this RV in front of my house, and I was sitting on the porch, smoking my pipe, and it basically, the RV looked like it got crashed through, and he just parked it right there.
Oh, man. So you were smoking your pipe. Was that like a regular tobacco pipe, or was it some other?
It was a regular tobacco pipe.
Wasn't
yeah.
a crack pipe or a meth pipe or anything.
No.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that.
In the neighborhood you're describing, a crack pipe sounds like it could fit right in.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, and then he blasts his AC/DC really loud.
That sounds like a good thing.
I can get into that.
I'd be down with that.
All right. Thank you, Collins. Have a great one. Appreciate it. All right, couple of emails I want to get to. Do you remember we did the gold digger story?
Yeah.
Remember we did the story, it was last week, about the test? Guy goes out on a first date with the woman and then hands the woman the check at the restaurant and said, all right, here you go. Pick up the tab. And it was like allegedly a test. And if the woman would like non-reluctantly agree to pay for the meal, that was like the gold digger test. And the guy would say, oh, look at that. You weren't expecting a free meal. In fact, you were willing to pay the check for both of us. You are not a gold digger, so you're approved for a second date.
Yeah.
We did the story last week. I got an email from Laura, and Laura's like, I wanted to make a comment, which I couldn't get through on the phones, about the gold digger story. What the hell is this controlling, narcissistic douche think he is?
I tend to agree with her.
I would definitely have paid the bill, or I would have definitely paid him half of the bill and then walked out later, dude. I believe Michelle was right when she said that you'll always be under the microscope. No, thank you. Too wise for games like this. Thanks for the flow of information. So thank you. I do appreciate the comment on that. Then I have another email.
Yes.
Regarding old Fester stunts. And I think what triggered this is we talked about you jumping off the Gandy Bridge during the morning show one morning into the water, and then Froggy One collected you in a boat.
The bigger story was that some young guy, maybe 20 years old, is doing pranks in restaurants.
Right.
And we were talking about the crazy things we did 25 years ago that probably would have landed, certainly me, arrested several times.
Well, James sent me an email to MJ at MJMorningshow.com, and James sent me a note. Hey, guys, another stunt I remember is when you sent Fester to places with no pants on. I believe you called it No Pants Man.
So the stunt was I was in crutches.
Oh.
I would walk in crutches.
Oh, and the pants would fall
And
down?
the pants would fall down.
Oh, that's right. So you had very loose pants that you were able to hold up,
Yes.
but then you could make them drop.
When you're a fat guy, you have this amazing ability to put your belly out and the
Right.
pants stay up.
Hold
and
the
then-
pants up, then you suck your belly in.
And then whoop,
the pants drop, and you were walking into stores with crutches on. And was the deal to try to get people to help pull your
pick up my
pants, pull your pants up off the ground and put No Pants Man on
And-
crutches?
Yeah, I mean, we were so far ahead of our times.
Mhm.
It's not even funny.
And then also, James remembers Fester's voicemail password was 0000, and some guy would call it and change his outgoing message to a very feminine, male-sounding voice. Hi, this is Fester. You're listening. Hello.
My cell phone code right now is 000.
Is it really?
Yeah, I mean, this is
Dude, people know your...
Look,
people know your cell phone number.
Here's my cell phone.
Oh, no, hold on. Oh, no. You mean your
actual
your screen lock.
Okay,
no,
the screen lock.
The password for your voicemail. Dude, are you listening?
I know, but listen, I've always used that number. 00000 is my code for everything.
If I call...
If you find my ATM card.
Hold on. Let your phone go to voicemail.
I don't know if I even had that set up. I don't know.
844 Fester's phone number 813-310-8444. All right, let it go to voicemail. So you don't have voicemail set up?
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
No, you
the
do.
person you're trying
Hold
to
on.
reach is not available.
Is
At
that
the
you?
tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
All right, so hang on a minute. I'm hitting pound. Doesn't it take it?
I don't know how to... I don't know how
Oh,
to...
you know what? That doesn't work anymore. You got to call voicemail on your own phone to get it. Yeah, all right.
I don't know how to check the voice. I don't know how to change the voicemail on my phone.
What? I thought you had a message on your phone that said the best way to reach me is send a text. Don't leave a voicemail.
I don't know.
What happened to that? That message used to be on your phone. Now it's gone.
I don't know. Maybe I pressed a button. Maybe my kids did. I don't know.
Hi, this is Fester.
Hey.
Please leave a message at the tone.
That's funny stuff.
That's great. All right, 7:22 at the MJ Morning Show. We start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ next. What does it entail? I'll tell you right now. We're going to do the AI phone-in song experiment with listeners. Folks, if you missed later in the show yesterday, if you missed the AI-generated song involving Fester, holy crap. You've got to hear it. Unfreaking believable. Oh, also, apparently we found an example of the Shusher. So I asked Michelle if she was shushing me on certain program material. Shh. Hang on a minute. Shh. We have an example. We're going to listen to that also coming up. I can't even go over everything coming up next, but we're loaded. Hour 20 minutes, nonstop MJ begins next. Here on 104.7 FM, it's Q105. Hey, Zero Res has their 15% off sale going on right now. 15% off everything. You want your carpets cleaned? 15% off. You want your air ducts cleaned? 15% off. Listen, get your house. Speaking of like filthy houses, get your home looking fantastic. Get those ugly stains out of the carpet. The air ducts might be blowing out all kinds of, dust and all kinds of filth and muck. Get your air ducts professionally cleaned. Get your upholstery cleaned. Grout and tile, area rugs, everything with Zero Res during the month of June, that's right now, is 15% off. Don't let this deal expire. Don't let this go away. Now, you want Zero Res for carpet cleaning. They have an awesome process. ZR Water. They don't leave the chemicals in the shampoos and the residue. That's why you want Zero Res. Go to ZeroResTampaBay.com. You can get the phone number on the website, or you can book online. Always mention the MJ Morning Show. Always go to ZeroResTampaBay.com or call them and tell them that MJ sent you 15% off everything right now. Let me tell you another great deal, and you do not want to miss this. First of all, June, big, wedding month. You got a lot of engagements that are going on right now. And International Diamond Center has their unbelievable free financing offer right now. And it just doesn't get any better than this. International Diamond Center has 0.0% financing, not 10%, not 5%, not 2%, zero. Zero, not a bupkis. 0% financing right now. For a limited time, get the lowest finance rates in America. 0% financing for 5 whole years on just about every single piece of jewelry in the IDC showroom. So that's an amazing offer. You can get that, let's say, $8,000 engagement ring and pay just $134 a month because there's no interest. Rings, earrings, bands, bracelets, designer jewelry, colored gemstones, certified diamonds, all included. Folks, this is it. It's once a year, 0% financing for 5 years. IDC, Tampa, Clearwater, Lakeland, Sarasota. Tell them MJ sent you. Traffic's on 726. Let's grab Shriner MJ Morning Show back in a minute.
We have an accident on 75.
Show. Here we go. Hour 20 minutes nonstop, MJ. So we had the Shusher story, and somebody had emailed me and wanted to know who the hell was shushing me in the background, that I would bring certain things up, and they swore that somebody was going like I was. We have a Shusher. What do you say, Faster? The show Shusher. And I wanted to know if it was Michelle trying to wave me off of certain things, certain content on the show. So, Michelle, is it possible that you are the show Shusher?
I mean, anything's possible, but I don't shush
Well, I got an email, and this came from Brett. Hi, MJ. I distinctly heard a shush, I think from Michelle on the show from Friday, June 6th, when Julian and Hadley were there. Oh, we got to do an update on the mystery safe. On the earrings. Yeah, we got to get to that here in just a bit. So, Andrew, you pulled Andrew, turn your mic on in the producer's booth. So you found some audio from the 6th from Friday, Andrew?
I was given audio.
Okay. Oh, really?
So somebody provided it to you?
Wow. So somebody must have. Well, I sent you the email from the guy.
Right.
All right. So you pulled the audio. I have not listened to it. So I'm going into this cold. I forwarded the email from a listener who then apparently found the audio of the shushing. So I'm hearing this for the very first time. So let me hear if I can hear the shush. So from Friday's show, cops reported that he feared for his safety when Delahunt reached for his gun after driving away from the residence in his Kia Soul with that big giant gerbil. Or what are the guinea pig? What were those hamsters in the? Remember the commercial with the Kia Soul?
You might. Well, hold on. You might have.
All right. So hold on. All right. So where's the shush?
Oh no.
Delahunt called police dispatch and advised the house. Was that the shush?
That was
hold on. Hang on.
You might. Well, hold on. You might have names that are turnoffs, but cars that are turnoffs.
All right. So hold on a minute. All right, here, let's listen. All right. Delahunt called police dispatch. All right. I did hear the
Kia Soul.
Oh no. That sounds more like an exhale.
Yeah.
Like a G's.
Yeah.
Was that the?
Not a. Oh no.
The shush. Michelle, I think that was your
It could have been, but I wasn't shushing you.
Now, I don't know if that really qualifies as the shush that the original emailer was pointing out.
I could think of an instance where MJ would talk about something Michelle doesn't want to talk about on the radio, like a college Chloe is looking at, or something that's sensitive to Michelle. And I can picture and hear in my head Michelle going, shh, shh, shh. But it's not a habitual thing where it's every segment where we have a constant, like we have a rat in the ceiling and we just can't get rid of it. And it's going, shh.
Well, because sometimes, I lack the filter.
Yeah, you do.
And I'll just blurt stuff out, or sometimes I've done material that Michelle did not want broadcast.
And maybe she was listening at home going, shh, to the radio, but now she's in studio with us. So I can picture Michelle doing it. I don't think I'm shushing you, but I can picture her doing it, but not habitually to be a bitch about it.
All right, so remind me, we've got to do an update on the diamond earrings that the kids found in the station on Friday.
Yes.
In the mystery safe.
Tremendous response on that.
Massive response.
Yes.
So I want to do the update kind of around the time where we did the original story. So we'll say about 7:55. Let me make a note of that right now so I know to do it at 7:55.
7:55.
Exactly.
Make a note of it.
Please make a note of it.
Please make a note of it.
Hey, you want to hear something creepy? This is like a dating creepy story. And the boyfriend of the woman admitted this when he was kind of loose and limber, meaning he was...
he tied one on, had a couple of drinks?
Little drunk. But what would you do? Michelle, listen to this. There's no need to shush me here.
I'm listening.
What if you were dating a guy and you were dating him for a while, and one night when he was just loose and he was liquored up and he was just kind of speaking freely without a filter, alcohol has a tendency to do that to people. And what if he admitted that he creepily, watched you, followed you, kind of stalked you for a little bit before you actually met? What if that was admitted? So you're dating a guy, and then he says, "Oh, by the way," he's all liquored up, and hey, I kind of watched you for a while, and
that's not flattering.
Yeah.
No, I'm out. Done. Gone. Bye.
That's the point. That's the question here. So the boyfriend, who,
how committed are they? Are they like a week and a half into this, or they have been dating for 2 years, where they're pretty well invested? And he goes, "Hey, before we met, I kind of followed you around to get to know you a little better."
No, still.
Do you know what the term meet cute is? So this is a term, and a lot of people know what it is. I'm sure there are plenty that don't know it. But the term meet cute, this is sort of a thing going around, and there are discussions, and there are Reddit subs on this deal.
What kind of meat? M-E-A-T or M-E-E-T?
No, for you, it's always going to be M-E-A-T, and it's going to be, medium rare with a nice char on the outside.
Listen, I think there's
some garlic butter.
There's two potentially completely different definitions.
This is not meat as in carnivore. This is meat as in M-E-E-T, as in you meet somebody.
Because, it would be fun and cute to meet me, but my meat is really cute.
We stop it. Oh, that's
not fielded many complaints, if you know what I mean.
That is such cute meat. All right, so meet cute
it's adorable.
Is how two people actually meet. When they, finally end up dating. What was the first real encounter? So that's the meet cute, is really the first meeting. Well, this person posted this creepy story on the Reddit subreddit True Off My Chest. And it looks like it was removed by moderators. Some of the excerpts of the original posting are still available, and that's what I actually saw. I didn't see the original posting. But you know that Netflix series You?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so, Michelle, we watched, season 1 and season 2 of You?
Yeah, I don't know.
But isn't there like a season 3 or 4?
We're a little behind on that one.
Yeah, we're behind on You, but man, that guy was a creepatola.
Yeah, he's totally creepy. He plays that role so well.
Oh, a very, very creepy guy on the TV series You. And this woman posts the story that her boyfriend drunkenly admitted, "Could you believe we wouldn't be this happy if I hadn't watched you for so long?" Oh my God. So the guy apparently was creepily stalking her, watching you for so long. What happens if you think you found the guy and then he admits that he had creeped out on you and stalked you?
In that moment, you realize he is not the guy. Because here's the thing. If he's that weird, I feel like that's kind of a precursor to some kind of a weird control and possession later on down the road, right?
I don't know. How long have they been together? I mean, listen, everybody meets somehow. Have you ever met somebody that you wanted to meet and you tried to put yourself in a position to meet that person?
Yes, me. Just kidding.
No, that is not true. I met you one night and I had never seen you before ever in my life.
Totally introduced us.
No, this is a guy that apparently set sights and would watch and follow and, semi-stalk. And then finally...
let me just say, when I was a teller at Navy Federal Credit Union, you know, we dealt with a lot of, customers, and so many of them were men, right? Because it was dealing with mostly military men.
Yep.
And we did not leave the branches, alone. Like, none of us ever walked out by ourselves.
Really?
And, yeah, it was kind of a rule. And we did have guys who... because we had a hot teller line. We were known for that, right? Like, guys would come in there, they liked
the hot the smoking hot teller line
Yeah.
at Navy Federal Credit Union in Virginia Beach on Lynn Haven Parkway back in the day.
Oh, did they use like bank-related sexual come-ons? Like,
No.
I'd like to make a deposit in your account.
Oh,
God, Festa, that's grotesque.
Yeah.
I'd like to make
What's the matter?
I'd like to make a withdrawal from my pants.
But we did.
That's
But we did have a lot of.
That's my method, the withdrawal method.
Yeah, we did have a lot of single gentlemen who
I
would
call
come in
this
there.
my IRA. It grows 10% a year.
Festa, shut up.
You know, and so like they pursued us, and I think what is a normal fashion, right? Like sometimes that guy would wait because he wanted you to be his teller that day, and you know, it kind of became a little bit of a joke sometimes.
You know what?
But,
You can't spell chlamydia without CD.
I'll take two.
All right, go ahead, Michelle. Sorry.
but you know, that's kind of normal, like in that scenario. But if the guy
You guys
were
sell government bondages?
Festa,
Government bonds, huh?
just stop.
Government bonds are a sound
Stop.
investment right now.
Stop.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Bonds.
It's a sound small.
Bonds suck.
It's a small conservative investment.
Bond market is a dumpster fire.
Listen, in the 3-month term.
Maybe short term
yeah,
bonds,
it's not-
but the all right, go ahead, Michelle.
But you know, I think in that environment, right, it was okay. Like we all felt comfortable. It was a public place, and like I said, nobody was following anybody home. But if one of them had started following somebody home or been a little more creepy about it, you know, I have no doubt my supervisor would have done something, and we would have been like, no, thank you.
But
that's
you
just
used to
not
tell
normal.
You told me on numerous occasions the guys that would try to hit on you at Navy Federal.
Yeah, but
that's normal.
But I had a buddy who was like the second assistant manager of the produce department at Publix, and he would say they had a cashier walkout program where they would walk, you know, the female cashiers would walk out as a group, and there was always one or two men with them.
That makes sense.
So it was a large group because they usually park in the back end of the parking lot.
And think about it. At Publix, similar to being a teller, right? You're trying to be personable and interact with the person and be very friendly. And sometimes people just get the wrong cues.
Yeah.
And you have to protect your employees like that. But if that guy ends up in the back following the cashier out, Publix is calling the cops.
Hey, you might remember me. You asked me if I wanted paper or plastic, and you asked me if I found everything okay. And I just want you to know, you want to get crazy.
No. It's over.
Let me roll out. Well, wait a sec. You thought it was over with just that portion. Wait, there's more. So you're dating this guy, boyfriend, and then one night when he's drunk, he admits that, could you believe that we could be this happy if I hadn't watched you for so long? So first of all, that'll awaken you from any alcohol-related stupor that you might be in. That'll wake you right up. So the boyfriend revealed that when he first saw her, did not immediately introduce himself, which would be the normal thing to do, but he quietly observed her, according to the Reddit post, listened in on her conversations with friends, followed her, actually made notes about what she liked, what she didn't like, observed her personality, and then finally made like this plan to like bump into her at a coffee shop that he liked. So had everything kind of pre-planned and laid out, and then bumped into her in quotes, but not really, because he knew her patterns, her habits, where she liked to go. And then that's how he wormed his way in and then finally admitted the creepiness. So
you're calling it creepy.
Wow. Yeah, well, you called it creepy.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is.
Yeah.
I think it's just a man who's persistent in finding love.
What if this extends further into the relationship and he starts putting nanny cams around the house, or, you know, putting a tracker on her car,
Or what if he
putting
just
a
wanted
recorder
to-
in her car to see who she's talking to?
What if he just wanted to meet somebody and get a little background information? What if he's a good researcher?
Oh, he's not writing a report, Fester.
Let me grab, before I move on, let me grab one call. Joe in Apollo Beach has phoned into the MJ Morning Show. Hey, Joe, you're up.
Hey, I think we got a double standard here.
All right.
So my wife, before we actually met in person, being a girl, obviously, we met online, and I told her I was going out with friends a couple times to some places, and she got with her girlfriends, and she went out to the same places that I was at, kind of check me out and see if I was okay and see if I was safe. So is it okay for a girl to do it? if she's checking out the guy to make sure he's safe.
You know what?
but if
Listen.
the guy does it.
All right, listen. Point well taken, Joe. And you can have the female stalker like what was it, the rabbit, the bunny boiling on the stove?
Fatal Attraction.
I mean,
sure.
Listen, that can certainly happen. But I just think that, and I'm a guy saying this, that it just seems to be inherently more creepy when a guy does something than a woman.
It's creepy as you perceive it. You know?
But
I don't know.
but listen, I'm actually ratifying somewhat of a double standard.
It's only creepy if you think
I think
creepy.
there's a pretty solid double standard. I mean, both a guy or a girl could get pretty creepy if they start stalking people.
Okay, but Joe,
I think there's a
yours
double standard there.
Joe, yours was just kind of a one-off, right? She didn't like stalk you thereafter, follow you home to see what kind of house you have or car you're driving or, you know, whatever. Like a one-off just to say like, hey, man, I connected with this guy on, I don't know, what is it, Tinder or something. And he said he's going out to, I don't know, what's that, some bar out there in Brandon, you know, with his friends.
The Brandon bar.
Yeah, let's go take a look and see what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a one-off.
All right, Joe just dropped. But, hey, Joe, thanks for the call. I appreciate it. All right, next. You know, I kind of teased this item yesterday, and I never got to it. You know, just like I did tease the UFO and the Area 51 stuff earlier, which I will get to in just a second. So hold on, just running a little late. But this item, I teased that. I just didn't get to it. I meant to do it yesterday.
Is it an item where I could take a 45-second break?
No.
Oh, damn it. I gotta go.
What? Go where?
Because it takes 4 minutes to brew a pot of coffee,
Dude,
which I did during commercial break.
stop
I don't
it.
know if I'm
All
going
right,
to talk for another hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
He needs
No.
the coffee.
Yeah,
No,
you-
then send Andrew to go get a cup of coffee for you.
I don't trust him.
What do you think he's going to spit in it?
He might.
He is not.
You keep reading. I'll be right back. And when I get back, I'm not going to talk in the next 30 seconds anyway.
Yes, you
All
are.
right. Oh, okay.
You're not going to know what.
I'll set a timer.
Just
Here's
go.
everything
You
I'm going
can
to
go
say.
faster.
Here's everything I'm going to say in the next 30 seconds. Uh-huh. Yep.
All right,
No, do the other one.
Okay. Really?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So you're walking out to get coffee right now in the middle of the freaking show.
You're just going to read a.
All right, just
and then
go.
when I get back,
All right,
I'll catch
stop
you tail
wasting
end of it.
stop
I'll put it
wasting my
together.
time.
All right, goodbye. I'll be right back.
All right. So listen to this. These women are out on a girls' night out,
Yeah.
and they're at a restaurant. They order a bunch of food. The food comes, and then they complain to the server, "Oh, this food is all cold." Do you know why the food was cold? Do you know what the server said?
What?
What do you think the women did? So girls' night out, they go to a restaurant, all the food comes, and then they complain that, "Oh, the food is all cold." And the server says, "Yeah, no crap, dumbasses. Here's why your food is cold. Because he saw them doing what?
Finishing their cocktails or
No.
ordering more before
No.
they started eating.
No, keep going. Keep
Some
guessing.
Fun
Keep guessing.
selfies or something like
Well,
that.
no,
like-
you're getting close.
Okay. Taking pictures of
The food.
The food.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm.
Unbelievable. And people do this all the
Yeah.
time. You know, other than pizza, because people know pizza is a thing for me. But as far as taking pictures of every single freaking dish that I order at a restaurant, I swore to myself, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be that person. I'm not going to take a picture of every food item. You know, when we go out to dinner somewhere, the only thing that I really religiously take pictures of food-wise at a restaurant is pizza, because that's a thing for me. I'm a pizza critic. Again, people, you know, ask me for pizza advice. Hey, MJ, where's a great place in Largo? Where's a great place in New York? You know, and again, I brought this up. I have a whole cut and paste list because people ask me. I get a dozen requests a week, especially summertime when people are doing like summer trips up to New York. Hey, MJ, can you give me a couple of great pizza places in New York? And I have a list. I cut and paste the list and I send it back.
You mean I missed you talking about pizza?
All right, shut up. All right, but no, what you missed is...
Oh, but you missed him talking about food.
What you missed is that these ladies order a bunch of food and then they complain to the server the food is cold. The server saw them take like 20 minutes to take pictures of all the food to post on their TikToks, their Instagrams.
I'll sling it back in the microwave for you. That's about it.
And then they're complaining the food is cold. Well, no, duh. And then they would demand, oh, the food ought to be comped. Yeah. No. Your food was brought out in perfect condition. Your food was brought out with perfect temperature, and you guys sat there taking pictures and hovering over the food and so, oh, let me get a picture of that. Oh, don't touch that. Let me get a picture. And there's like a whole group of ladies. They're all taking the selfies. Your food is cold because you didn't eat it when it showed up. You're more interested in taking pictures to post on social media than eating the food right off the line that was just expedited to your table.
There are some restaurants that really do not take kindly to you just photographing their food.
Yeah. I mean, good for the server.
It's an insult to the chef in a lot of places.
You know what? People just got to stop taking pictures of their food and posting it. The only thing I'm posting food-wise, I'm posting pizza. And I'm commenting on pizza because, again, pizza's a thing for me, without a doubt. All right, we have an update, an MJ Morning Show update on the mystery safe. If you were listening about this time yesterday, we discussed the mystery safe. Oh, yeah. Mystery safe. Mystery. So, you know what I need to do? Fester, we got to shoot a video.
Okay.
So, you don't have the diamonds with you today?
No.
All right.
It was the first thing Hadley asked for when I got home yesterday.
So,
where are the diamonds?
You know what we need to do? We need to shoot a video right after the show. Let's just take 2 minutes. And let's shoot a video of our cluttered mess and the abandoned cubicle and show people where the diamond earrings were found. So you and I just shoot a quick video because the safe is underneath this desk behind all kinds of crap. So if you didn't hear the story yesterday, we brought our kids in on last Friday. So Fester brought 13-year-old Hadley in. Michelle and I, we brought Julian, who's 20, be 21 in a couple of weeks.
And they hit it off very well. In some countries, that's a marriage,
All right, we stop it.
Are we arranging something?
It's an arranged marriage.
They're poking around the studio and the building, and it's a very intriguing place because there are all kinds of cubicles that are abandoned because radio stations these days have like 4% of the employees they used to have. So we've got all kinds of just clutter and junk. And they found a safe underneath a cubicle that used to be like a promotions department cubicle. The safe is all the way under, and there were boxes and construction equipment, all kinds of crap in front of this cubicle. And they find this safe, and it was cracked open. They open up the safe, and in the back of the safe is a jewelry box from International Diamond Center, from IDC. And clearly this was a prize at some point. Inside the jewelry box, you flip open the little spring-loaded top. There are diamond stud earrings inside the box.
Yeah, nice earrings. Beautiful
earrings. Nice diamond stud earrings. So Hadley kept them.
Instantly lays claim. She's the one that found them.
Right.
And the whole way I'm poo-pooing it. I'm like, Hadley, don't look in that safe. Obviously, it's empty. Why would anybody leave a safe opened on the floor? And she opens it, doesn't listen at all, which she never listens. Oh, there's a box in here. It's a jewelry box. Like, well, obviously, that's empty.
There's not going to be anything in that abandoned safe that's cracked open. Yes, there is. Diamond stud earrings.
And if you wanted to hear Julian giggle with excitement and just like wonder and like he was like I've never heard him giggle like that. I'm like, get a hold of yourself, man.
Anyway, guess what? No one said a thing to me because the diamond stud earrings that were found in the safe in this office, technically Beasley Media Group property.
I guess so.
Fester's kid took them. They're out of the building. They're in Hadley's ears right now. And no one said a thing to me. So I guess management wasn't listening yesterday. And that's a good thing. I'm glad that management doesn't listen to the show in its entirety all the time.
I mean, we want the people to listen, but we don't want management to listen.
Exactly.
So, MJ, honestly, I could picture a promotion, but this must have been 3 promotion directors ago.
Oh, yeah. Listen.
Nobody knows why they were in there or what they would have gone to.
Well, since I've been here, or since you and I have been here, so we brought the MJ Morning Show back in October of 2020. So we're coming up on 5 years. I think we've had 5 promotions people since then. Yeah. Maybe 6. Who the hell knows?
Maybe. That sounds about right.
What else is hidden in this joint? As far as the mystery safe, I also had people say, hey, MJ, I was trying to go back to MJ TV and watch what happened with the mystery safe, and it wasn't available. Or listen to this one. from Jennifer Faulkner. Jennifer wrote me a direct message on my Instagram, which is Certified MJ Radio. If you don't follow me on Instagram, folks, you should. And my DMs are open. Certified MJ Radio. Give me a follow. So Jennifer writes, what happened to today's broadcast? I was listening on YouTube and it just stopped. And then Jennifer included a little screenshot of a black screen with white font that reads, this video contains content from SME who has blocked it in your country on copyright grounds. So here's what happened.
Who's SME?
I don't know whether there's a music publishing or who, a record. I don't know. But I'll tell you what happened. Our MJ TV broadcast from yesterday got blocked by YouTube because obviously the copyright algorithm caught us playing a song that it did not like. And listen, we don't play music on the show, but we have bumper music. And yesterday during Morons in the News, I wonder how much I can play of this before it blocks us again. But we think this was it. During Morons in the News yesterday, I was just having fun with the old Freiheit song, Keeping the Dream Alive. And I'm keeping the morons alive. That was my little, my shtick. I'm keeping the dreams of the morons alive.
I mean, a really funny joke.
And I played,
All
right, so that's all I'm playing.
That's it.
All right, I don't think it'll block us for that little, will it?
Don't look at him like that, Andrew.
Andrew just yelled in my ear. So do it again. I played more of it yesterday, but we think that playing that little blurb, or actually I played over a minute or so.
It's fair use.
What we just did was fair use, absolutely.
Yeah, fair use.
So I don't think we're going to get blocked for that one. But we played more of it yesterday, and the YouTube algorithm, certain songs, record labels, the publishing rights holders, they have copyright violators busted, and they'll remove your video. So that's what happened to yesterday's deal. So I do apologize. And Andrew did go through, and he removed that, and then we've been restored. Is that correct, Andrew? Open your mic, please.
I believe it's available.
All right, so I think that our YouTube MJ TV from yesterday was restored because Andrew removed this. All right, hopefully that's not enough to get us blocked again.
Okay, you're getting really close to it.
Yeah,
I don't know what you're trying to prove at this point.
All right, so let's see if we get blocked again. If our video gets yanked.
This is a little YouTube fafo, okay?
Yeah, Freiheit, those German bastards. They complained and they had us yanked.
Sons of bitches.
I mean, listen, no one remembers them. I'm keeping their name alive. They ought to be thankful. They ought to be thrilled that I'm playing some of their crap.
Okay.
What do you mean okay?
That's not how fair use works, but
what? Okay, lawyer. Okay, wifey lawyer. Why don't you give me the definition of fair use?
Well, and I actually kind of learned. Well, I learned it years ago in law school, but then Julian reminded me of it. You can't just go using it and say, oh, it's not for commercial purposes, and I've only used 10 seconds, and there's several different factors that go into deciding that, and you keep playing it, and if you keep playing it within a certain amount of time, they're going to say no, this is for a commercial purpose, and you've played it to the extent within 30 minutes, so much of it that it's constituting the bulk of your content.
That's not the bulk of my content,
but you're making it the story. You're making it the story now. So now you're playing. Go ahead, play it again. You're going to get booted again.
No, I'm
Go
not.
ahead, play it again. I dare you. Double dog. Triple dog. Go.
I'm done playing it.
Yeah.
But I tell you what is, I tell you what's not going to get booted is the AI Fester song that instantly was developed on this show yesterday.
And it's a hit.
Oh, this is unbelievable. Folks, this is incredible. If you miss this, oh, you're in a good spot right now at 7:59 here on a Tuesday on the MJ 7 FM Q105 Tampa Bay. All right. If you missed the AI-generated Fester song, and I think maybe we'll go to phones and just give it a shot. Fester thought this was a good idea. Now Fester is having second thoughts. We have to be very, very specific on the guidelines that we give our listeners. All right, let me explain what happened. So what actually spawned this? What was the genesis of this idea?
The original idea or the original story was that a YouTube driver, not YouTube, I'm sorry, an Uber driver.
YouTube driver.
An Uber driver.
An Uber driver.
An Uber driver would know your first name upon picking you up.
Right.
And have AI create songs with your name in it, or songs about you. And a girl named Elise or Alyssa, or something like that.
It was Elise.
Okay.
I think we did the story yesterday that, this was kind of creepy, that Elise hired an Uber or, went to the Uber app and had a car. And when the Uber driver showed up, obviously knows that the driver's picking up Elise. The driver had already programmed an AI-generated song with Elise's name in the song, and Elise gets in the car, and the song is playing.
So
with Elise's name.
We tried to make a couple of songs with the name Michelle.
Right.
And we did. We produced songs. And then one of the songs was Michelle and MJ, and it was a kind of a funny song. We all laughed at it.
Right.
And then MJ goes, "Let's make a song about you, Fester."
So I start just reeling off suggestions. So Fester goes to this website that generates artificial intelligence songs called Suno, S-U-N-O.
ChatGPT turned me on to this site.
To Suno. And Suno, you just type in a description of the song you want. And then does it also ask you for genre?
I think you can add the genre.
Right.
You can give it as much information as you want it to have.
So I start giving this AI song generator.
This is exactly what you said. I wrote the last 3 words.
All right, so I told Fester, type this in. I want a song about a big fat man named Fester who's a grifter, eats like a slob, and is a total scam artist.
Right. And then I typed the last part.
And then Fester types in with a big wiener.
Yeah, right.
That's awful.
There's something redeeming about this song.
So this thing worked. The AI song generator worked for 20 seconds. And then spits this out. Unbelievable.
Fester rolls into town. Suitcase full of lies, weighs about 300 pounds. With a belly like a drum and a grin so wide. He'll take your last dollar and eat your fries. Oh, Fester, you dirty dog. Scamming through the shadows like a hog in the fog. You eat like a king, but you act so low. Big old Fester got nowhere to go.
This is unbelievable.
He's got a silver tongue and a pocket of tricks. Cheeseburger grease on his finger so slick. You blink for a second, your wallet is gone. Fester's laughing loud, chewing on a foot long. Oh, Fester, you dirty dog. Scamming through the shadows like a hog in the fog. You eat like a king, but you act so low. Big old Fester got nowhere to go.
Wait, can you believe this? Out of nowhere. 20 seconds. Amazing.
They say he's got charm, but it's hard to see. With mustard on his shirt and ketchup on his knee. He'll sell you a dream, but it's all a lie. Then order 2 pizzas and a side of pie. From city to city, he leaves his mark. Conning old ladies and stealing in the dark. They say he's got a big reputation.
That's the wiener.
But Fester's just a fraud with a wild imagination.
I mean, wow.
This is insane. I was blown away. All right, so we want to maybe take it to the next obvious level of progression.
I mean, if you're a songwriter right now, you're out of work. AI has replaced you.
If you're a radio DJ, you're going to be out of work.
I saw.
I don't think AI can replace exactly what we're doing right now, But like the midday DJ that's going, hey, here's Matthew Wilder, Break My Stride. You're screwed.
You're out.
Yeah. Middays, afternoons, you guys, if you're not doing a morning show like this, then you're screwed. You know, I'm telling you right now that good morning shows, we're going to be the only things left for a while, and the other day parts are going to be all like, when the afternoon guy needs to make an appearance at a car dealership on a Saturday,
He'll be a robot.
they're going to roll in a computer
Hello.
with Windows 11.
Would you like to spin the prize wheel?
What, Michelle?
You just reminded me of something else about that Windows thing.
What?
I sent you. I think you had it in your pile too about the FAA.
Oh yeah, I've got that. Yeah.
When we get there, because I have a question for you.
Oh yeah.
MJ, I saw an Instagram video or a TikTok about a doctor.
Yeah.
And the doctor's like, "This is why I am irrelevant." And he was like, "I've been a doctor for 30 years, and I've been learning how to read X-rays and MRIs, and I study to find little things." In like 15 seconds, AI told you exactly what was wrong.
No.
Listen,
Yeah.
AI is going to destroy humans. I'm telling you right now. AI,
or save them and cure cancer.
Hold on. I have the AI pile. We'll do that in a second. First, though, let's give it a shot.
Okay.
We thought this was a great idea. Fester's trying to, call this off.
I'm reeling it back.
All right. Fester's dialing it back in, but I want to give it a shot. All right. It just can't suck. Our idea was now to have listeners call in. Like I came up with the parameters for the Fester song. I said, give me a song about a big fat man named Fester. He's a grifter, eats like a slob, total scam artist. And that's what the AI song generator kicked out. I mean, unbelievable. So just to show you what this capability is, and you know that this is not rigged or this wasn't pre-done, I want people to call up right now, but you got to have a good idea. It's got to be like bizarre, funny, pointed lyrics. What idea do you have for an AI-generated song? It could be about Fester again. It could be about me. It could be about Michelle.
Yeah, it's got to be about one of us.
But it's got to be funny. You've got to have funny lyrics or funny ideas just off the wall. If you have any, do we have
Andrew? What'd you say?
Andrew just said in my ear, what about Big Scary Ron, our general manager and vice president?
Ooh.
Listen, I'm not trying to get these listeners thinking too hard to be funny, and also we're going to help critique and
all right, let's go to phones
and massage it to make it a little funnier if we think.
We might add some additional lyrics, but if you have any ideas, we'll take your ideas live right now. We'll put it into the AI song generator, and we'll generate the song live on the air right now. All right, 800-990-1047. Hey, Andrew, you got to screen tightly, man, because Andrew, look at me. Andrew.
This is a big screaming ass.
It's got to be good. And any marginal crap that
Everybody
doesn't
get on.
Yeah, not everyone needs to get on this. It's got to be good. Someone with just great ideas that, we're morning show entertainers, and I want to be able to go, oh, wow, that's funny. That's good.
Should we have set this up a day in advance with emails?
That's what I was thinking last night. I know.
Maybe if this fails, then we go to emails.
Yes. Okay, all right.
But here's the thing, Fester. You added the big wiener thing at the end.
I had a big wiener everywhere.
It's kind of like when you read your Chinese fortune and you always add in bed. So just like you're saying, whatever the listener calls in and says, you need to add something to the end of it.
I'll add something.
I know. I didn't mean that one all the time, but
I understand. I add it all the time.
All right, let me go to the call screener here.
It's my favorite subject.
Because you're a comedic genius.
Gerald is on the phone from Newport Richie. Gerald, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, MJ. Good morning.
Yes, Gerald. What do you have for us?
I think an idea would be something about your new studio and how long it's taken you guys to get in there.
Oh, you know what? That's a good idea.
That's a really good idea.
I'll tell you
Gerald.
what. You know what, Gerald? Let's collaborate. All right, Fester, go back to the AI generator.
Okay.
All right, type in MJ is pissed.
What genre of music would you like?
Let's do just a pop song.
Pop song.
MJ is pissed. It has taken 5 years for the company to build his new radio studio. They promised me a new studio. It's been 5 years, and it's moving like a sloth. It is so slow. It's been nothing but a bucket of
I'm
lies.
trying to type all this as you're
All right.
going. You're not stopping.
It's been a bucket of lies. Here we go. Bucket of lies.
Not going to take it anymore either.
Yeah. I'm not going to take it anymore. And our current studio is like a dumpster, and it could break down at any moment. Fester, are you getting all this down for the song?
The dumpster fire.
Oh, yeah. Our current studio is a dumpster fire, and it smells like ass. All right? All right. MJ, very frustrated.
And is not going to take it
anymore.
All
right. The studio is a dumpster fire that smells like ass.
Our current studio.
Yeah. Did it stop you?
No,
dude, type.
Hold on. I think I'm out of letters.
Oh, you're out of letters.
Describe.
Well, hold on. All right. Well, let's just generate that. Let's see what we got. Let's see what happens. All right. We're now going to generate that song. So what do? You hit generate, right? All right. Fester, what do you do? Create. Hit create.
Create.
All right. So now it's creating the song. All right. It's spinning. I didn't
know I had a limit on how much I can give it.
It's spinning.
MJ's Breaking Point is the name of the song.
The name of the song is MJ's Breaking Point.
How perfect is that?
Look at this AI crap. It's going to kill us all. All right. It still it generated the name, so it's MJ's Breaking Point. And is it ready to play, Fester?
Yes, it is.
Let's go. MJ's Breaking Point. Hit it.
MJ's been waiting 5 long years, promises whispered in his ears, Beasley Media dragging their feet, MJ's patience hits defeat. Blueprints faded, dust on the plan. He's tired of the same old dance. Radio dreams locked in a box. Beasley's ticking his internal clock. No more waiting. MJ's had enough. 5 years wasted.
Oh my God.
Time's been tough. He's standing tall. He's breaking free. This ain't the way it's supposed to be.
Oh my God, that's perfect.
Oh my God. This is unbelievable. Holy crap.
Walls still bare. No sound in the air. Promises broken. It's beyond repair.
It is.
MJ's voice was meant to be heard.
Yes.
Silence reigns, it's so absurd. He's shouting loud, he's taking a stand. No more playing by Beasley's hand. He's got a mic, he's got a dream. Time to tear apart the old regime. No more waiting.
MJ's had enough. 5 years wasted. Time's been tough.
Oh my God.
He's standing tall. He's breaking free.
This ain't the way it's supposed to be.
This ain't the way it's supposed to be.
Oh my God.
This is not the way it's supposed to be.
This is unfreaking believable.
Oh my
Unfreaking believable.
Oh.
All right, Gerald, good
What
call.
a great suggestion, Gerald.
Good suggestion,
that
Gerald.
is the best app too, because I created a song yesterday too. So.
Oh my God, Gerald, thank you, buddy. Thanks
Gerald,
for listening.
thank you, pal.
Brilliant.
Oh.
Brilliant.
You have to download it.
Oh, all right, Fester, go back to that.
Okay, so it saves it on my.
Don't screw it.
Look,
Andrew, come in here and download
No,
it.
hold on, stop. Look,
Yeah.
here's every song that we've done so far. Here's Michelle's Glow.
Oh, it's on your account?
Here's Beauty and Beast of the Holler. Here's
Yeah,
Michelle
but
and MJ.
you-
Here's Fester the Grifter.
You got to
And then here's
download it, though.
MJ's Breaking
Yeah,
Point.
so go ahead and.
Listen,
You got to click on those on the drop down and download it.
I don't know how to. I don't know how to download.
We got to do the drop down.
I don't know how to download.
Right
Andrew's
here.
coming. Andrew's coming.
I've got it.
He's going to save the day.
I got the download. We're going to download MP3 audio. All right, so
Michelle hit my arm. Almost.
It's downloaded. All right, let's do one more. Let's do one more for the rancid, ugly dumpster fire studio we're in. All right.
Okay.
All right, let's
So,
go.
do I use the same search parameters?
No. Go erase all that. I'm going to give
Okay.
you new parameters.
All right. So because I included the company is named Beasley, they used it several times in the song.
Oh, but it's great. All right. Let's do one more for the awful studio we're in. All right. The MJ Morning Show studio.
The MJ Morning Show studio.
All right. Fix that.
Okay,
Yeah, you made mistakes in it.
It's okay. It's AI. It knows what I'm typing.
The MJ Morning Show studio is a disgusting dumpster fire.
Is a disgusting
dumpster fire.
Dumpster fire.
It smells like ass.
Period.
And could break down at any time.
It smells like ass.
Yep.
And
it could break down at any moment.
Break down
at any moment.
Any time.
At any time. Are you out of space?
I think so. Yeah, I'm out of icons. I'm out of what are they called? Figures. The MJ Morning Show studio is disgusting dumpster fire. It smells like ass and could break down at any time.
Yeah, well, to fix that at any time, just fix that.
Hold on.
We'll take the company. All right, Fester.
Hold on. I got a couple more things. At any
time.
Period. Okay. Space.
How much more do you have?
Maybe a line. Maybe a sentence.
Beasley lied to MJ.
Beasley
lied to MJ. Lied to MJ.
MJ.
Oh yeah. Okay. Generate that.
About everything.
All right. Go ahead and hit create. All right. All right. Here we go.
So the last one I included words like
you gotta shut the other one off.
I gotta shut everything off.
Yeah, shut it off.
All right. So it's thinking right now.
Right now it's rendering and
Dumpster Fire Blues is the name of the song.
Oh, it's Dumpster Fire Blues. That's the song. It's generating right now. We're waiting for it to populate. All right, hang on. Is it ready?
5 seconds.
It's ready.
5, 4, 3.
All
right, here we go.
Hit it. Play it. Go.
The walls are stained with secrets untold. The air so thick it's bitter and cold. Promises made but none were kept. A ticking bomb where silence slept. It's a dumpster fire burning bright. A studio wreck, no end in sight. The truth got twisted, the lies took flight. We're dancing in chaos every night.
All right, look at the next line coming up.
The mics crackle with betrayal's hiss. Each breath you take feels like a risk. They sold a dream, a golden prize, but all we got were broken lies. It's a dumpster fire burning bright. A studio wreck, no end in sight. The truth got twisted, the lies took flight. We're dancing in chaos every night.
Oh, man. Oh, this is unbelievable. All right. It's unbelievable. All right. Let's get off the studio. Should we go back to phones?
I mean, let's field another listener-inspired idea.
All right. Andrew says take James in Wesley. Clear the search parameters. James in Wesley Chapel, you're on the MJ Morning Show.
Man, I can't follow that up, but my idea was a road trip with all three of you where you're talking nothing but pizza and airplanes. Fester's a bit gassy, and Michelle's telling you all to shut up.
Oh, you know what? All right, you have good makings here. All right, Fester, I'm going to dictate to
All
you.
right, hold on, James. What kind of song do you envision? Is it like a rock song or a pop song,
Country.
or a country song, or a what do you see in your eye?
Adult contemporary.
Hello, James.
James, what genre?
I I was thinking if it could do it. You know the what's the song from Vacation? The one you always play.
Like Holiday Road.
So
yeah.
Holiday Road, man, if you could do
a fun
something
song.
like
All
that.
right, James, turn your radio up. We're going to type some stuff in. Okay, you ready?
A fun song about
MJ, who won't shut up
on a road trip. Well, that was James' idea.
All right, a fun song about MJ on a road trip, and he won't shut up about pizza. MJ on a road trip. And he won't shut up.
And the whole time.
No, type and shut up.
I'm getting
on
there.
a road trip, and he won't shut up.
He won't shut up.
About pizza?
ABOUT.
Pizza?
Hold on, I spelled about wrong. About PIZZA.
Pizza? Scuba diving?
Scuba diving.
Airplanes? And Michelle, can you add something else?
Wines.
And ice cream making.
Oh, there you go. Ice cream
and
making.
ice cream making.
And
All right.
ice
cream making. I want to crash the car into a tree.
He is traveling with a frustrated Fester.
And Michelle.
I spelled frustrated wrong.
Yeah. Hurry up, dude. Come on.
I'm trying. Rated man named
Fester types 7 words a minute.
Fester.
All right.
And
Michelle.
Angry. ANG.
Michelle.
RYBEAUTIFUL. Woman named.
Dude, you're using so many more words. You got to put, and they want to crash the car into the tree. They want to crash the car into a tree. All right.
I think I'm out of lines.
Well, because you're using too many freaking
I'm trying to
words.
give a description term. I'm giving you descriptive terms. Otherwise, you get a song that's not about you.
Just angry wife, Michelle.
Traveling. Listen.
Angry.
Traveling with a man. Traveling with.
Michelle. That's it.
All right. Traveling with
No,
Fester.
that's it.
You got to crash into a tree. I want to hear what the AI comes up with. All right,
Hold on.
So take out traveling with Fester. Just traveling with. All right, do I have to do this?
I'm getting there. Hold on.
Traveling with Fester.
Hold on, let me scroll up a little bit. Okay, traveling with
Fester. Take man named. You're just adding all these superfluous words that are chewing up our word count.
But the word Fester doesn't exactly allude to a
He's
human.
traveling with Fester and
period wants to crash
car into tree.
Car into TREE.
Yes. Okay. All right. Now generate the song. All right. Here we go. Here, oh, man, I can't wait for this one now. This is unbelievable. All right. The song, hit create.
It's go. It's working.
All right.
Create song. There we go.
You got to, yeah, there we go. Okay, now it's working.
There we
All
go.
right. It's spinning. It's rendering. All right. It's rendering. The song is building. All right. Hold on a minute.
Oh, have I reached my point of free
Oh, no.
songs?
Oh, I hope you haven't.
no.
Oh, no. Wait a second. Oh, wait a second. Couldn't generate that. Song description contained artist's name, road trip. Oh.
Okay, let's take the word road trip out.
Take road trip. Oh, that's what it is. So
Fun
a
song
fun
about
song about
MJ on a road
MJ
trip.
in a car. MJ in a car.
Driving a car.
Driving a car.
DRIVING a car.
All right, take on out. Take on out before driving.
A fun song about MJ.
Take on out and now generate.
That
Take on out, now hit create. All right.
All right.
Let's see what happens. Here we go. It's creating, it's generating.
All right,
It's,
okay, we got
now it's working.
The word road trip hung us up.
Yeah, so it driving me crazy. The name of the song is Driving Me Crazy.
What an original name.
Oh, okay. I can't wait for this. All right, it's generating, still spinning, still rendering. Up, it looks like it's locked in. It looks like we have the song.
All right.
Here we go. The next song.
MJ's behind the wheel again, oh no. Talking pizza crust and scuba show. Airplanes soaring through his wild dreams. Ice cream making schemes bursting at the seams. Driving me crazy down this road so free. Fester's laughing loud, but Michelle's angry. MJ's rambling, won't let us be. Feels like this car's gonna hit a tree.
Oh my God!
but it's upside down. Michelle's yelling, hey, just turn us around. MJ's like, did you know about pepperoni art? And scuba tanks that glow in the dark. Driving me crazy down this road so free. Fester's racking jokes, but Michelle's fury. MJ's nonsense won't let us breathe. Feels like this car's gonna hit a tree.
Oh, man. All right, here's back to Michelle.
Michelle's got steam pouring out her ears. Fester snacking on chips, ignoring her fears.
Yes.
MJ's like, ice cream's best with hot fudge rain. We're swerving now, this road's insane. Driving me crazy down this road so free. Fester's still giggling, Michelle's ready to flee. MJ's chatterbox energy feels like this car's gonna hit a tree.
Oh.
Driving me crazy down this road so free.
Oh, my God.
Fester's still giggling, Michelle's ready to flee.
Oh, this...
MJ's chatterbox energy.
This is unbelievable.
Feels like this car's gonna hit a tree.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
Wow. Amazing.
I'm blown away.
Incredible.
I'm blown away. AI is going to kill us all.
Do we make rock videos for these now?
Holy
I mean,
oh, my God.
I got your son home from film school over the summer. Let's make a couple of videos.
Speaking of AI, speaking of artificial intelligence, you know that kangaroo with the boarding pass at the airplane gate at the airport, that was AI.
Was it?
People thought, did you think that was real?
I did a double take at it.
All right, this popped up, I don't know, a week or two ago. The whole story was a lady traveling with her emotional support kangaroo was denied boarding, and there's a kangaroo standing at the gate, you know, where they check your boarding pass, and the kangaroo, in his little arms, is holding the boarding pass. Totally fake video, AI created. I'm telling you, wars are going to start with AI. There it is. Fester just brought it up. And the lady, all right, shut off the music.
Hold on.
Shut off the, hold on. You got to just hit pause because we got to save all those songs. All right. Are they speaking Australian or something? Anyway.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's a kangaroo. But that was fake. The AI kangaroo was totally fake. And then...
Well, it is kind of just standing very still.
Listen to this. There's a great website called futurism.com.
It's a very well-behaved kangaroo machine.
Yeah.
So from this website, listen to this. Godfather of artificial intelligence alarmed as advanced systems quickly learning to lie, deceive, blackmail, and hack. Man, I'm telling you, it's going to be out of control. Listen to this. Researchers predict, this is another story. Researchers predict a pretty terrible decade for humans as AI could wipe out white-collar jobs. What happens when all of these jobs are eliminated and people need to survive and feed their families and pay their mortgages and their rent and their car payments?
You better learn to flip a burger, fancy pants.
Or, all those fruit pickers they're looking for.
Yeah.
You know?
Listen.
Yeah.
MJ, so many jobs. I now kind of get a better grasp for how many jobs really aren't needed. I don't need to go see any songwriters anymore.
Listen to this. New York Post article. We need guardrails for artificial superintelligence now before it's too late.
It might already be too late.
All right, listen to this. Google's AI is hallucinating, spreading dangerous info, including a suggestion to add glue to pizza sauce. Remember, we talked about that months ago.
That does sound good.
We talked about that months ago, how AI-generated searches are completely shoving out erroneous, made-up, false information.
Okay, this is the absolute infancy of AI. It's only getting better.
That's what's dangerous about it, dude.
Well,
that's the whole point, that That's what's absolutely, potentially humanity ending about it. Yes.
The information about glue to tomato sauces will weed itself out, is what I'm saying. It'll get better.
Yeah, what about launching nuclear weapons and creating all kinds of, global geopolitical turmoil? I'm telling you, AI is going to be a problem. They need to pause it. And there's already been discussion that all AI just needs to be paused, and there needs to be specific conventions, and there has to be guidelines, guardrails.
Yeah, good luck.
Establish this now. But then also, then you'd always have the nefarious ones that wouldn't subscribe to any kind of guardrails for artificial intelligence. Listen, I'm moving on now, but I'm just telling you, heads up, folks. This is like dangerous freaking territory where we are. All right. I got a lot to do. 8:30 at the MJ Morning Show. Tell you what, the song generation with the AI, we ought to do that like once a week or so. And just jot down crazy ideas and have the songs generated. But that is unbelievable. That is I wonder if it could write new crotchety old man calls.
You could feed it in. It'll even probably replicate the voices and everything.
Yeah, because some of those crotchety calls would take me like 12 attempts and like 5 hours to pull off.
But MJ,
I can have AI do Milton Fludgecow, brand new crotchety old man calls. Oh, thank God you've answered in like 12 seconds.
Okay, but listen, we've known people who make their livings off of making parody songs.
Yeah.
I don't need them anymore.
Yeah.
I don't need them. You want a parody song about something? Boom. You want me to write 50 new liners for the morning show?
Wow.
Boom. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Pick which ones you like.
That is unbelievable. Oh, Michelle, you want me to bring up Windows. Remember?
Windows 11, in the airports.
Well, you didn't have to do it on the show.
No, we ought to do it on the show.
Okay.
You
going to do the story?
What do you mean he doesn't have to do it? You're giving him something to talk about in the car ride home? That's not how this works.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so what do you think that you want me to talk about?
Okay, well, so I'm not very computer literate, but I think I read where they're using floppy disks and Windows 95.
Yeah.
And you've always told me, like, whenever we got a new computer, and even maybe sometimes halfway through using my computer, you would say, you have to update Windows because it's going to stop working.
Yep.
It's not going to. They're not going to service it anymore or do whatever. And so when I read the article, I was like, well, I've been told to get rid of that like 10 years ago now. So
here's the deal.
I don't understand how they're still servicing Windows 95 for the FAA, but what if I still wanted Windows 95?
Let me make this all clear.
Also, do they have as many fonts as they have now?
Do governments have overrides?
Let me make this all clear. What the hell is Michelle talking about?
Yeah, what is she talking
with
about?
the whole, and listen, with summer travel, with tons of folks, going out on vacations and summer travel, although they are saying that
travel's down.
That travel's down. You might be able to get some good airfare to certain places this summer. That's what I'm banking on because we haven't booked any damn summer vacation, and we're looking to go somewhere maybe in mid to late July or early August.
I booked mine to North Korea, and it was a bit cheap.
There you go.
Very cheap.
All right. So what Michelle's talking about is the story that just came out that U.S. air traffic control, and we know all the problems at Newark, and just the whole air traffic control system in the United States is antiquated, and apparently it still runs on Windows 95 and floppy disks.
Wow.
Air traffic control, this is from Ars Technica, great website. On Wednesday, acting FAA Administrator Chris Roche, I wrote over top of it, told the House Appropriations Committee that the Federal Aviation Administration plans to replace its aging air traffic control systems, which still rely on floppy disks and Windows 95 computers. What the hell?
So every president since 2000 has just been like, all right, let it go.
Let me tell you something else, and this has been disturbing. I don't know if it's still the case, but not too long ago, all of our nuclear missile silos and our national defense and NORAD were also running on floppy disks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm talking about when I was in high school and we had the Radio Shack TRS 80 computer where you put the floppy disk in the damn thing.
Trash 80.
The Trash 80. Exactly. That was running our whole missile system. All of the nuclear silos in, Iowa and Nebraska and Montana and North Dakota running on freaking floppy disks. 60 Minutes did a whole piece on that, 10 years ago or whatever. And now we learn that air traffic control is operating on Windows 95? Holy Christ. Speaking of travel, I guess the TSA is reminding people, no, you can't use your Costco card as ID because it has a gold star on it.
My license doesn't have a gold star, but Costco does.
All right, I'm going to go into my wallet right now, and I'm going to whip out my Costco card. And look at this. It has a gold star. I just pulled out. I'm holding this up to MJTV right now. Costco Wholesale. I'm a gold star member, and it's got a gold star on it. Yeah, that is not the gold star that should be on your driver license to use at TSA. But people were trying to use their Costco card. TSA has just banned Costco cards at airport security. Since May 7th, 2025, about a month ago, travelers have been needing a real ID-compliant driver's license or state ID to board domestic flights, and now TSA is putting its foot down, telling travelers that their Costco cards do not count as a valid form of ID to travel with. TSA posted the following message on Facebook: "We love hot dogs and rotisserie chicken as much as the next person, but please stop telling people their Costco card counts as a real ID because it absolutely does not."
I went to a bank before and had to show a second form of ID.
Yep.
And I've used my Sam's Club card before. Because there's a verification process.
This is Members Mark, man. It doesn't get any more solid than Members Mark.
Listen, I mean, there's a verification process. I mean, sometimes, they investigate who you are. They know who you are.
That's nuts. Hey, question. Is Taylor Swift married already? Are Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce married? And was it accidentally let out of the bag that Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are already secretly married? So what was potentially revealed? What was accidentally displayed? I'll tell you right now. There is a photo at an event. Travis Kelce, listen to this. This is a Page 6 little gossip story. Travis Kelce's NFL pal may have inadvertently let it slip that the Kansas Chiefs tight end and Taylor Swift are secretly married. Chicago Bears player Cole Kmet.
All right.
His event planner, Ellie Natoli, shared details on his Saturday wedding to Emily Jaros, revealing that Kelce and Swift were on the guest list. The planner revealed the personalized touches at the ceremony, including a letter that was addressed to Taylor and Travis Kelce in elegant calligraphy, placing them at table 13. So, you know when you go to an event and they'll have the table with all the little table markers and you look for your name and it tells you what table you're seated at? So the little invitation, the table marker, it read Travis and Taylor Kelce.
No, it read Taylor and Travis
I'm sorry,
Kelce.
Taylor and Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
He should change his name to Travis Swift.
Yeah.
Whoa. What do you think about that? Could that be? Could they actually be secretly married? I mean, I've known people that have gotten secretly married.
Yeah.
Even ahead of like a regular wedding by, sometimes a year or two. So it happens. I wonder if they are married.
It could be. We know she's very calculating in how she reveals information and lets her Swifties know what's going on.
Yeah.
So this could have been a very, elaborate kind of plot to let everybody know.
Or this could just be the wedding planner looking for some kind of publicity.
Yeah.
And Travis and
Or-
Tay are waking up this morning like, who the hell is this lady?
Also, I'm looking at the envelope right now. It could be that the word Swift just didn't fit on the envelope because it's on the back side of the envelope.
I don't know. It looks like it says,
Oh,
says
no doubt.
Taylor and Travis
But normally,
Kelce.
Normally it would say Mr. and Mrs. Travis Kelce.
All right.
If you're going to be a married person, right? Like Mr. and Mrs. Dominic Siciliano.
All right. Speaking of Taylor Swift, she was granted a temporary restraining order.
Mr. and Doctor.
Taylor Swift was granted a temporary restraining order against a Colorado man after he allegedly visited her Los Angeles home multiple times and insisted that she's the child of, or she's the mother of his child.
Okay, what is going on?
That's
this
twisted.
one, you the Jennifer Aniston thing. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like we haven't heard about this so serious kind of stalking or interfering with a celebrity's life for a long time, right? Like California
Yeah.
then created a bunch of
Yeah, they really
rules.
cracked down
They
on
did.
it. And then, like, swatting became the thing where it was
Right.
kind of hands-off.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, you didn't have to be in their face
You're
to
right.
ruin their day.
Yeah, but
know,
now we have this.
We have the guy
Jennifer
that
Aniston,
we
I
have the
think-
guy that crashed his car through Jennifer Aniston's gate, claiming that they were a couple.
Right. And I mean,
What did he forget the gate clicker?
and I think I saw another
I'm
one.
coming on through.
Didn't Katy Perry get somebody jumped up on stage
Yeah,
with her or
that
something?
was in Sydney, Australia.
Yeah.
So
Was it?
Katy Perry was doing a concert yesterday in Sydney, Australia, and some maniac jumps on stage. It's like, where's security?
Security got there quickly, but not
quick
quickly
enough. Oh,
I mean,
she could have been stabbed with a garlic-tipped ice pick in a vital organ.
I mean, the people are so close to the acts when they're performing that they're going to get on stage and they're going to touch them before security gets to them.
Yeah. So Taylor Swift has gotten a temporary restraining order against this guy that is a maniac and insists that she's the mother of his child. Yeah, filed a restraining order against Brian Jason Wagner, who made various statements about living at my property, being in a relationship with me, believing I'm the mother of his son. I'll tell you what, you let Travis Kelce loose on this guy. Let him do a little, little tight end business on this guy's head.
Why don't you just say beat him up instead of saying tight end business?
That's fine.
Sounds
That's
a little
fine.
too intimate.
Oh, you know who's pissed off?
Hmm.
Oh, man, this lady she's hosing people with water. She's got a hose and she's spraying people. This is a pissed off lady. Where?
Oh. So this is the Breaking Bad theme.
Yes, it is.
Breaking Bad was...
Can you put it together?
Breaking Bad was based out of...
Albuquerque, New Mexico.
That's right.
Yeah.
So is it because it's like 120 degrees?
Nope.
It's because people are having sex in her front yard?
Well, I'm sure they'd like to.
I mean, would they?
It's the lady who owns the
house next to Gene Hackman?
Oh,
I don't know.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I mean, Gene
Gene
Hackman
Hackman has nothing to do with this.
I don't know.
No,
you're making his guess.
No.
The last thing I heard about anything happening in Albuquerque, New Mexico is Gene Hackman dying in his house.
Breaking Bad, lady is spraying water on people.
Meth?
Well, a lot of meth was involved in Breaking Bad. The woman that now lives in the Walter White house.
Oh, yeah.
People want to go there, flock there, because remember, Walter White, they lived in that house, and remember, he chucked the pizza on the roof, and people were just videoing themselves throwing whole pizzas on her roof. So she's blocked off. The whole front of the house is now fenced off. But people gather on the sidewalks en masse, taking pictures. So now the woman, Joanne Quintana, she grew up in the ranch-style house during the filming of Breaking Bad, which aired from 2008 to 2013. It was that long ago? Yeah. Now Quintana has to deal with all the fans showing up, flocking to the famous house to take pictures. That now she sprays them with water. Listen to this.
That makes it more awesome.
Influencer Santee, who has over 174,000 Instagram followers, went to Quintana's home for a day and witnessed what she has to deal with. In his viral clip, Santee filmed Quintana spraying fans on the street with a water hose as she demanded they stay away from her property. Yeah, that's got to be a nightmare. There are pictures of her in the yard just spraying water from a hose with a nozzle on people that are actually on the sidewalk or in the street just looking.
So she's owned this house all along. They just used it for exterior shots.
Exterior shot, exactly.
That's what she gets, dude. She took the check.
Right.
She knew what she was getting into. It's not like she bought even if you bought the property.
She took the check and now has to deal with the heck.
Listen, hey, we're going to use the outside of your house for this TV show. I mean, imagine the poor person that let the Golden Girls use the outside for the house. I would drive by and see
Or
the Golden...
what about Full House?
Or Full House.
Oh,
Yeah.
that one's a problem.
People are driving by
Yep.
that San Francisco Full House thing. We did.
Yeah.
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 Look, what if
I peed in the yard of the
Stop.
what are the pink, what are they called? The pink painted ladies.
Whatever.
What if somebody would have opened the door and just turned a hose on you, MJ?
Whoa, what was that? Who just shushed?
I didn't.
No, nobody shushed.
Oh, Andrew, you're shushing us from in there.
Did you shush, Andrew?
Andrew just shushed us.
See?
So
yeah, slipping in a shush.
All right.
Waiting to do that. All right, go ahead.
Breaking Bad house. I want to see the house now. I got to remember what it looks like.
Oh, like every other New Mexico house.
It's a ranch-style
Yeah.
house. It could be anywhere.
Look at
That
this
could be
miserable old
that
hag.
could be an Aragona village in Virginia Beach. That house, you know.
What a curmudgeon.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we want to use the outside of your house. Here's $3,000. No,
I'm sure it was more
Why
than
doesn't
that.
why doesn't she set up like a little lemonade stand at the driveway?
Seriously, she
pay
could...
$5 for a picture.
She ought to sell blue meth.
Oh
MJ,
my gosh!
What if she sold like
chicken like Los Hermanos, the brothers,
Yeah.
the chicken brothers.
if this lady
Yeah.
had a skosh of sense of humor, she would sell blue rock candy.
Yeah, blue rock candy.
Those crystallized candy on a stick.
Yeah.
And she'd make $50,000 a year.
She's clearly not an entrepreneur.
No.
Right.
Why be pissy about it?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
This lady's a miserable person.
I wonder if anyone's ever OD'd in her yard like Jesse's girlfriend.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
She should set up some props in the front like that.
Yeah.
Get some get some mannequins or something that look like Jesse and
Walter.
Yeah.
But it can't be wax because it's so hot.
Right.
It would melt.
All right,
Yeah.
So this lady's all pissed off.
She should get an RV.
You know what?
Oh, yeah. Get an RV from Fester.
Park the 1987
Winnebago.
It was a Fleetwood Bounder.
She should sell it as an experience.
Yeah.
Come make crack.
Meth.
With meth. Yeah, come make meth
Michelle.
with Mr. White and Jesse.
And then your kids are there for a little. She opened up a summer camp for kids, and they come out with rock candy.
Yep.
This lady's missing the boat.
A science camp.
Like we don't have enough crap to worry about. Did you hear? Now we got to worry about wicked Asian needle ants.
Is that a
Asian needle ants? There's an ant species that now is invading the U.S. An invasive species of stinging carnivorous ants has been slowly spreading in about 20 states. Last year, at least 3 cases of life-threatening anaphylactic reactions were reported in Georgia, making this little-known insect a growing problem. Asian needle ants will reach their yearly peak numbers in July and August, but it will still be tough to spot them. Even if you get stung by one, they are so small and blend in so well that stings often occur when someone, perhaps while gardening or moving wood, unknowingly disturbs them. Oh, my God.
Are they like the size of mites where you can't?
No,
Florida's one of the states, by the way.
No, yeah, Florida is one of the states. Georgia, Florida. I'm looking at the states that are now affected. Believe it or not, all the way up in the Pacific Northwest in Washington State, all the way down to Florida. You know, the states that are affected are New York, Connecticut, Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, Ohio, Indiana, Wisconsin, South Dakota, Texas, and Washington State. Those where the Asian needle ants are, but we've got them. Has anyone listening been stung by an Asian needle ant?
Ooh.
Hard to track, hard to kill?
What?
What was the last Asian bug that had such a menacing name?
Yeah, it's called COVID.
No, before.
Yeah, that was the Asian bug. It was out of the it was Wuhan.
The African bees.
Was like
African killer bees.
Murder.
Oh, the murder wasps.
Yeah, something like that.
Murder wasps.
Yeah. They had such a heinous name. Whatever happened to those? I don't hear about them anymore.
You know, Michelle,
Huh.
do you remember what happened to me? We were driving up in New York. We had just visited Ithaca.
Yeah.
Man, this remains one of the greatest mysteries ever.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell happened. To this day, I am mystified. You know how there are certain things that have happened in your life and it just weighs on you, and it's like,
No.
we have no explanation for this.
No.
So, Michelle, we had just visited
Murder Hornets.
Murder Hornets.
Murder
There we
Hornets.
go.
That's it.
Murder Hornet.
What a menacing name that was.
Yeah, murder. So we had we were driving. We were with the kids, right?
Yes.
So we were Why were we in New York State?
We were driving to Canada and home from Canada.
That's right. We stopped in Ithaca to look at my old college campus, show the kids what Ithaca College looked like. So we leave Ithaca. We're driving down 96B. We're heading towards Catatonk and toward Owego. Not Oswego. Yeah, you know what? I get those backward. So I think it was Owego.
Okay.
Owego, New York, I think. I think it's near.
Okay.
So we drive across this little bridge, and we were like in a CVS parking lot. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
We stopped. You needed to get something at like CVS. This is CVS. So we stopped at CVS, and I went to the back of the trunk to get something. And I reach my hand in, and I get this electrified zap in my finger. I mean, it was like... I got stung or bitten by something, and it was like I stuck my tongue in an electrical socket. To this day, I have no idea what the hell. I thought it must have been like a spider, a scorpion, but nothing was found. So immediately, I mean, I was knocked on my ass. Whatever bit me, stung me, I was knocked on my butt. And to this day, have no idea what it was. Owego, New York, in the trunk of my car. And to this, no idea what stung me. And it's like this mystery, and it's weighing on me, and I think about it all the time. I'm mentally damaged.
What are you thinking about? The bug that bit me 10 years ago.
But I don't know.
Yes,
was it a bug? What was it? I mean, it was like I was hit with a cattle prod.
If I Google
what
bug sting feels like an electric shock,
yeah,
you know what comes up?
Murder drones.
What?
Murder
hornets.
Murder hornets.
A scorpion sting.
That's what I said.
Could have been a scorpion.
Could have been a scorpion.
That's what I said. Was it? But scorpions in New York State?
I think scorpions are everywhere.
But not to be able to find it.
They scurry off quickly.
But it was in the trunk of the car.
It was literally, I think it was like in your backpack, like in such a pocket we were like, it's certainly the bug is dead because it stung you. And then a lot of bugs, once they sting you, they kind of die, like bees that sting, then they're done.
Crazy.
Yeah. We never found anything.
Never found whatever it was that did it to me, never find what knocked me on my butt.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now we got to watch out for wicked Asian needle ants.
Great.
Like, we didn't have enough coming out of, Wuhan. Now we got wicked murder ants or needle ants now.
Needle ants.
Yeah, whatever. What time is it? 8:52? Probably a good time to call it a nice chunk of an hour and 20 minutes plus of nonstop MJ. All right, 8:53 at the MJ Morning Show. When we get back, we got a bomb threat. A bomb threat against an airliner. And again, what a schmuck. And if you're a Southwest passenger and you think that you snuck in with the free bags by booking your ticket before May 20-something?
Yeah.
Oh, heads up. You got to hear this little Southwest trap. So if you think you're home free, you book your ticket before they change the whole bags don't fly free anymore in Southwest. I got a big wake-up call for you in just a second. So, bomb threat, I got that. Oh, what about sex in the champagne room? You're not going to believe what a guy did because he could not get sex in the champagne room locally. And I'm not talking about Burns. Doesn't Burns have a champagne room? Yeah, it's not. It's
two of them.
Yeah, it's not Burns.
They have a dessert room.
Yeah. Oh, they have a dessert. Absolutely. Also, we have. I can't even say it. I got a surprise coming up. So I got a surprise coming up as well. All right, hold on. All that next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105, 104.7 FM. Hey, Two College Brothers is waiting and ready for your phone call. You got to move? Do you need to move from point A to point B? New apartment, new house, new condo. If you're looking for an incredible moving experience, if you want to be moved, you call Two College Brothers. Now, what is it about Two College Brothers? I'll tell you. There's a reason why they have over 1,100 five-star reviews on the Googles, because people love them. They'll give you a great quote. They will stick with that quote. They will move you with professionalism. They'll wrap all your furniture. They'll handle your boxes with care. They'll treat your move like it's their own mother's move. That's why you want twocollegebrothers.com. I've used them. We've had staff members here at the radio station use them. People love them. When you need a great mover, it's twocollegebrothers.com. Twocollegebrothers.com. Smartest move you'll ever make. Mention me, MJ. They'll give you free moving boxes. Another really smart move is getting a hold of Banco overhead doors. You can bank on Banco, bank on the best. You know the deal. Banco is your garage door company, whether it's service. Let's talk about service for a minute. One of the most common things that break on a garage door is the spring, the big coil up, at the front there. Those have a certain life cycle, whether it's 5,000 openings and closings or 7,500. They will break. And when the spring breaks, don't get your wallet broken. Get a great price, get great service. Don't get raked over the coals by some of the other garage door companies out there that, pretty much spin the wheel and see how much they can get out of people. No, you're going to get an honest job. Any garage door service, you want Banco. Bank on the best. BancoDoors.com. Mention me, MJ, get 10% off. That's right. BancoDoors.com if you need a new garage door. You need a new garage door opener. Maybe you want to go state-of-the-art, like the ones we gave away, the ones I have in my house, the LiftMaster, the 87504. It's BancoDoors.com, and tell them that MJ sent you. Simple as that. Car wreck, slip and fall, what do? You call Kemp Law. Just like what the Fester family has done. Fester's wife, Allison, was tooling around in downtown Tampa, and a reckless schmuck on wheels crashed into the back of her vehicle, causing $7,000 in damage. All right, there wasn't an explosion. All right, the explosion didn't happen, but that happened. And Fester and his wife, they immediately, of course, they listen to the MJ Morning Show, and they remember, accident or fall, you call Kemp Law, and they're handling the case. So I'm pretty sure that Allison's going to end up owning Uber when this is all said and done. So if you're in a car wreck, some maniac crashes into you, you call Kemp Law. KempLaw.com, and tell them the MJ Morning Show sent you. Traffic's on 857. Here's Shriner. MJ Morning Show back in a minute.
Give yourself extra space and...
9:01 at the MJ Morning Show. Welcome to the 9 o'clock hour. And we don't short shrift you on content. It's not like we save the crappy stuff for the 9 o'clock hour. No. All right, summer travel is upon us. Now, they say it's going to be down and that you might be able to get some good airfare. What were you just telling Michelle Fester about? No. I'm listening to like a conversation as I'm putting my headphones on. We're coming back from break.
Stop eavesdropping.
And wait a minute, you're buying your plane tickets at where?
No, I'm buying plane tickets through the airline. Right?
So what are you doing? What was the deal about Costco?
Costco.
I thought you were a Sam's member.
I am, but Sam's Club sells airline gift cards.
Hold on, is it Sam's Club or Costco?
Listen to the whole sentence.
All right, go ahead.
Sam's Club and Costco sell airline gift cards to Southwest. I'm not flying Southwest. I'm going to try to fly Delta.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So Allison's going to Costco today with her mother, and they sell Delta gift cards
at Costco. Right.
I think at like a 10% discount. So if you're going to book airline fare, if you're going to spend $1,000 on airline tickets, right?
So you go to
Costco
and get $100 off?
Yeah.
You buy two $500 gift cards for $450 each.
Right.
As a 10%. I mean, your bags will fly free at that rate.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's an equitable.
Right.
It's enough of a savings to take that step.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, speaking of air travel, two quickies here. This doesn't work out well ever. And there are different areas of this particular story that I want to delve into. A passenger was so angry that they showed up late for their Spirit Airlines flight. They were not allowed to board the airplane, so they called in a bomb threat.
It never works out.
Now, like I said, there are two different angles on this. Let me deal with this one first. Yeah, the passenger called in a bomb threat to Spirit Airlines because they were ticked off because they were not allowed to board a plane up in Detroit. Charles Robinson, 23, missed the flight boarding window. You know, listen, they closed the door. What? They say 15 minutes prior, but a lot of times it's not. But don't push it. Don't push it like salt and pepper. Don't push it. Don't push it real good. Don't push it. Don't push it real good. Don't push it. Don't push it. Don't push it real good. All right.
Push it real good.
Yeah. So this guy was late. They denied his boarding. It was Spirit Airlines 2145 in Detroit. Well, listen, look on the bright side. You get some extra time to spend up in Detroit getting some delicious Detroit pizza.
Yeah.
Buddies or wherever you like, you know. All right. And then got into an argument with the customer service agents that would not let him board late. He was told at the gate that he needed to rebook. According to the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of Michigan, the FBI arrested Charles Robinson, who then called in a bomb threat for his missed flight. Yeah, this was a revenge attempt. So he calls in a revenge flight bomb threat at 6:45 a.m., even going as far as to invent a bomber and giving authorities a detailed description of what he looked like.
Don't these airlines have caller ID to where they know it's you when you call in?
Yeah.
Like, sir, we know you're the guy who missed the flight.
Do you know with Star 67, let me tell you something. This is important stuff. With Star 67, that does not work on an 800 line.
Okay.
So your number will show up on 800 lines, 877, 866, 855, all those, you know, the toll-free lines. Your caller ID is not blocked. Something about the trunks and the system and how the calls are processed. Let me tell you something else now. There are scammers, and this has been going around, and I'm going to mention something right now, and I'm telling you, there are going to be people listening right now, and you've received the same thing. The last couple of weeks, there have been all these calls going out from a roofing company, and they're not local. They're claiming that they're from some roofing company and that they want to come out and give you a quote on your roof.
I got a text about that just yesterday.
Yeah, so roofer calls are, I ought to talk to my friends at Westfall and see if they've got a handle on it.
It says, hey, they say my name. They say the street I live on.
Yeah.
I wanted to see if I could Inspect your roof. I'm a public adjuster who works with insurance companies to maximize claims.
Yeah.
After last week's hailstorm in Milton, I didn't get hail, but after last week's hailstorm in Milton, I want to make sure you have everything that you're entitled to.
Hey, let me try to call Ryan Westfall real quick here, because this is another public service announcement regarding like roofer scams, and of course, Westfall is a reputable, long-time, roofing company here in the Tampa Bay area, who I do commercials for. I endorse their product. Hang on, let me see if Ryan's available. 813. Hey, Andrew, do me a favor. Pick up line 2 and see if we're looking for Ryan Westfall from Westfall Roofing. But the point I'm trying to make with the whole roofing racket is I tried to call them back. The phone rang and I didn't answer. And it didn't come up as spam. So I called them back with a star 67 and they said my name. So clearly it was a local 813 number, and that must have forwarded to an 800 line or something else, and the star 67 ID block did not work.
Yeah, this text that I received came from an 813 number.
Yeah. So, but they're not local.
Right.
They're not local. Let me, Ryan Westfall's on the phone. Hey, Ryan, MJ Morning Show calling you live. By the way, thank you for Westfall Roofing being a prized client and MJ live endorsement client here on the MJ Morning Show.
Oh, we love the MJ Morning Show.
Well, thank you. Hey, are you aware of all these like roofing calls that are being made all over the place these days? Hey, do you need a quote on your roof? Where are these coming from? What do you guys know about these calls?
Oh, you're talking about just random solicitors?
Yeah, it's like nonstop, and it might have to do with like an insurance thing, right?
Yeah, it's insurance. It's insurance, solar. It's these fly-by-night companies that they generally don't have their own crews. It's almost like a call center, and or canvassers that are going around.
Yeah, because I don't think the calls were coming locally. It popped up on my phone as a local number, but I don't think they had any idea, really where I was.
No, yeah, like I said, some of these are just call centers, and they're just trying to drum up some leads and some business, but you're not working with anybody that's local that understands Florida roofing.
Yeah, so that's why you got to call Westfall. So, all right, Ryan, I got the call. Fester got texting. Michelle got a call. Yeah, it's the last couple of weeks. It seems like these roof solicitors from wherever the hell they are really canvassing the area.
Yeah, what a pain, man.
All right, man. Everything good with you?
Everything's good. Yeah, it's raining and phones are ringing. So
yeah, I hear you. All right, buddy. Folks, any roofing issue, you call my friends at Westfall Roofing, westfallroofing.com. All right, I'll see you soon.
Day game, Jay. Bye bye.
All right, bye bye. All right, so listen, this schmuck, this dope, calls it a bomb threat, and they know who he is. And he's now been arrested by the U.S. Attorney's Office or by the by federal FBI, and he's being prosecuted. So the passengers who had boarded the flight had to deplane. All of the luggage had to be taken off. Bomb-sniffing dogs had to sniff everything down on the ramp, in the terminal. I mean, it was just a giant mess.
All because of this jerk.
All because this jerk was late for the flight, and they wouldn't let him board, so he calls in a bomb threat. Yeah. During the call reporting the fake bomb threat, Robinson allegedly said that he was calling about flight 2145 because he had information about that flight. There's going to be someone who's going to blow up the flight at the airport. There's going to be someone that's going to try to blow it up, flight 2145. And after giving the description of the make-believe bomber, he then added, they're going to be carrying a bomb through TSA. They're still threatening to do it, and they're still attempting to do it, and said that it's not going to be able to be detected. Please don't let that flight board.
Okay.
Man. And then I guess it unraveled.
What a hassle.
The first thing they do is they look for somebody that missed the flight, somebody that was denied boarding. This is not their first rodeo. Yeah, and that's another gimmick. I was mentioning, hey, the second thing is, people trying to delay the flight. So this is another stupid, harebrained attempt that if you're running late to the airport, Oh, let me just phone in a bomb threat. So the flight will be delayed. You know, you're stuck in traffic, you overslept. Don't try that, you schmuck. But there are people that do that. And they're the first people that they go look at. Who was late? Who missed the flight? Let's find. You know, and sometimes if you call the 800 number, they've got your freaking phone number because the star 67 doesn't work.
They know.
You got to have a burner phone for those kind of things. Untraceable to you. I'm kidding. But what a bonnet. And then Southwest. So Southwest Airlines, which recently changed their whole deal. So now we don't have, coming next year, the boarding groups A, B, and C are going to go away sometime in 2026. But what just happened a few weeks ago is Southwest hates bags now because bags do not fly free on Southwest.
We hate bags.
Oh, we hate bags. Bags are awful. Your luggage blows. So here's the deal. People are getting upended. People that bought tickets on Southwest prior to the luggage charging fee change, if they thought they were home free, bags fly free. What was the deal? If you bought your tickets before like May 24th or something?
Yes.
I was under the impression that the flight had to take off.
No.
No, I thought you had to buy the ticket before May 28th.
Yeah, if your ticket,
It might have been
it might have been the 28th. I think you might be right, Michelle. So you had to buy your ticket. If you did, then your bags fly free.
Yes.
Even if you're flying in July, August, September,
Right.
whatever, your bags still fly free. What's going on is people that bought the ticket and had the free bags, if they're making any itinerary change, then it resets. And now screw you and your bags. We're going to take you out back and beat you like a redheaded stepchild. All right?
The redheaded ones always got it the worst.
And charge you. So heads up on that. The change is now wrecking the whole free bag deal if you change your itinerary, change your schedule. And then we have the champagne room, the champagne room. And of course, it happened right here in the Tampa Bay area.
What establishment?
Oh, I'll tell you which champagne room it was. It turns out it's a Saudi Arabian. Do we still have all the Middle Eastern rich kids that like go to school at USF or University of Tampa? There was a time, like maybe 10, it was after 9/11 actually.
Yeah.
It was probably 10, 15 years ago. You had like a bunch of rich, like royal family members that were in town and they were living here. They were going to school. A bunch of them went to USF.
Yeah, USF has always had a large Middle Eastern presence.
Yeah. Well,
it seems they have anyway.
Well, Sami Al-Arian and that whole deal back in the day and the think tank and all that. But listen to this. A Saudi man, 21, called 911 locally after he was denied sex in the champagne room. Where? Where was it? Oz Gentlemen's Club.
In Clearwater?
Yeah, I think.
Oh, Fester knows. I was just going to ask you if you know where it is, but Fester knows right where it is.
It's a big place off of US 19.
Yes, so
everybody knows where it is.
I believe. Michelle, when we go to like Massimo's up in Palm Harbor, and if we're coming back down US 19 and we get off on Gulf to Bay to then hook a left and go to the Courtney Campbell,
right?
Yeah, isn't Oz Gentlemen's Club like right on the side road?
Yes, it's all US. Its address is US 19. I mean, it's not that I know where it is because I'm a frequenter.
Am I thinking of the right one?
Yeah,
or
Oz Gentlemen's Club is on US 19 north of. Is that Ulmerton? What is that? I can't read that.
Oh, you know what? I'm thinking of a different one. But
so you know of another one.
But wait a minute. But I know I've passed the Oz Gentlemen's Club.
Have you?
All right, listen to this.
Everybody has. It's like saying I know where 2001's located. Right there on Vel Mabry.
Is it? But I know.
I didn't know that's where it is.
I know where Mons Venus fit. I know where Mons Venus and where 2001 Odyssey. I know where those physically are. Oz, I know I've seen it.
You're not a Pinellas County person.
Yeah, I'm a Hillsborough hoe.
You're not primary. You're not a primary Pinellas person.
All right. So listen to that. I work in Pinellas every day. We're standing in front of microphones right here in Pinellas right now.
We work about as close to the bridge as possible.
Listen to this. A 21-year-old Saudi Arabian man called 911 early yesterday morning to complain that he paid $300 for a private room at a strip club and requested sex from a staff member but was denied. Yeah, according to a Clearwater police report, investigators said that Sultan, of course his name is Sultan, investigators said that Sultan Al-Nofe, a Saudi, called police around 1 a.m. on Sunday with his complaint about his patronage of the Oz Gentlemen's Club in Clearwater. Yeah, I'm looking at his mugshot right now. He told police on the phone that security took $300 from him. Al-Nofe was still on the line when the cops made contact with him. So he's still on the phone complaining while the Clearwater police roll into the Oz Gentlemen's Club.
Well, you know, the good 911 operators can get you to stay on the line to get more information to help direct the cops to where you are or to give you service.
Stay with me, Fester. Fester, don't close your eyes. Keep breathing, Fester. Stay on the line. Stay on the line. Help is on the way.
I just can't get sex in this champagne room. That's all I'm really looking to do. I mean,
Al-Nofe told deputy, oh, you know what? It might have been Pinellas County Sheriff's Office.
Sure.
Because, it says deputy.
Yeah.
So, but it's Clearwater. So is it unincorporated, or is that? It must be an area served by the.
I'll check them. I think all of US 19's. I don't know.
Anyway, so it wasn't. I guess it was Pinellas County Sheriff's Office. So Al-Nofe told Deputy Chase Fales. Well, that's if he's ever chasing a perp, I hope the chase doesn't fail.
This was
Deputy Chase Fales.
Well,
hopefully the chase. I want Deputy Chase successful. Not Deputy Chase Fales.
Deputy Fales succeeded in this investigation.
Yeah. So Al-Nofe, I'm joking around. Deputy Fales. All right. So Al-Nofe told the deputy that he had paid an employee at the location $300 for sex. However, he did not receive the said services, and that's what caused him to call 911. What a schmuck. Yeah, I didn't get my prostitution services that I thought I was paying for. So, because they refused, because it's a strip club. And listen, I'm sure plenty of stuff goes on in certain strip clubs. I have no idea about Oz. But listen, they turned them down, so it seems like, plenty of things are legit over there. So he calls 911 to complain. What are you giving me looks for?
What did you just say?
It seems like plenty of things are legit. Like you're giving him the MJ seal of approval.
I'm just saying that I've heard plenty of stories over the years about clubs around the Tampa Bay area where you can get whatever you want in the back room. If you got a stack.
Okay, but you don't have to say it's legit.
Yeah, Oz seems like it's the up.
No,
and
I'm
up
just
with
saying
me.
that. I'm just saying that Oz, in this particular case, the Oz Gentlemen's Clubs was operating legit, and they were just doing their stripping and dancing,
right?
And they weren't letting customers pay for sex acts.
Okay.
So I'm calling that legit. Yes.
No, they're functioning legitimately.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's what I said.
No, you said it the other way.
It's just awkward to hear MJ give the legitimacy seal of approval.
Hey, I'm too legit to quit. All right.
Yeah.
I'm too legit to quit.
So this is kind of like calling 911 on your drug dealer, right? I mean, you're
not I got some bad cocaine. I thought it was much more pure than. Yeah. You know what? The meth turned out to be rock candy and not meth.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm calling 911 to complain. So strip club personnel told police that Al-Nofe obtained a private room, requested sex from a staff member, and they rebuffed him, and that's when he called 911. Yeah, he was intoxicated, smelled of booze. Yeah, Allahu Akbar. I guess, he's a Saudi. I guess he's...
So he is a Saudi citizen living in Miramar.
Yeah, great. Which is, Miramar's in Broward County.
Great.
Yeah, it's near like Joe Robbie area, that whole right on the line, if I'm not mistaken.
Thanks, Sully.
Miami-Dade.
That's what his friends call him. Sultan.
So he was intoxicated. Smelled the booze, slurring his words when questioned by police. They arrested him. They arrested him for misuse of the 911 system, which is a misdemeanor. And he was booked into the Pinellas County Jail, released from custody later that night.
Okay.
After a $500 cash bond was posted.
Respectfully, I've had enough of the Saudi guy getting arrested.
Oh no! Listen to this. Listen to this. Al-Nofe was booked into the county jail, Pinellas County Jail, was released from custody last night after his $500 cash bail was posted by a man who works as an instructor at a Miami flight school. Oh, no. Ugh. Court and jail records do not list Al-Nofe's occupation. a Miami flight school is bailing out a Saudi national. We had heard the 9/11 hijackers. They went to that flight school in Sarasota. And remember, there were reports that the Saudi hijackers all, Allahu Akbar and, all religious and everything, that they were at strip clubs here in Florida. Oh, my God. Listen, I'm not saying anything, but I don't want to hear that a Saudi's arrested and a guy from a Miami flight school's bailing him out.
Some eerie similarities.
Holy night. Wow.
All right.
That's nutso-rama.
Yes. That's what she said.
All right. 9:21 at the MJ Morning Show. When we get back, the final MJ Morning Show play of the day. All right. So that's coming up next. And I mentioned I have a surprise item coming up.
Yeah.
What is the etiquette of doing this blank in somebody's house? Got it? The etiquette of doing blank in somebody's house. I'll tell you next, and a whole lot more. Haven't even scratched the surface. All next. MJ Morning Show on Q105, 104.7 FM. Hey, go to Veterans Ford and get yourself a Ford car, truck, or SUV at employee pricing before the deal expires. So it is going to be done on July 4th. It was supposed to be done on June 2nd, but Ford extended the employee pricing. So you've got a couple more weeks to get this. You will pay for a brand new Ford car, truck, or SUV what a Ford employee pays. So somebody that works at a Ford plant in Kansas City or Detroit or Louisville. So some guy or gal working the line, they get to buy a Ford vehicle at employee pricing, which is less than dealer cost. And Ford has made this available to everybody like you. So go to Veterans Ford and get this before it expires on July 4th. Why Veterans Ford instead of other places? Their service department is the best. You'll love Veterans Ford service. They treat you phenomenally well. All you got to do is say that MJ sent you, and boom. Listen, they treat everyone well, but just tell them MJ sent you and watch the glow in their eyes. So for a Ford car, truck, or SUV, if you need great Ford service, go to Veterans Ford. It's at Linebaugh and the Veterans Expressway, and tell them that MJ sent you. Traffic with Shriner, 924. Back in a minute, MJ Morning Show.
In Pinellas, we have an accident on Keene Road northbound.
know what time it is? It's time for Michelle Hell. It's time for the Diddy update. Oh, also, I guess you could work in the Karen Reed crap. You know, big. You were yelling at the TV for the Karen Reed trial, which is televised, by the way.
Well, Fester and I were talking about this yesterday about how much more interesting the Karen Reed trial is, even though it's not from here. But it's kind of like, we all have that small town story. Like we had the Lobster Boy, which was very interesting, and I know we've had some other interesting cases. I meant to look this up that I couldn't think of. My former boss, by the way, prosecuted that case. So whenever you watch
Lobster Boy,
Lobster Boy, Sandra Spoto,
home of Deborah LaFave. Deborah's had a bunch of great cases.
Right, we've had those types of cases that are get some national notoriety.
I can think of a civil trial that was must-see TV for a while.
Deborah LaFave.
Yeah,
and of course, John Fitzgibbons and the classic line, "Too pretty for prison."
I think that's better than if the glove don't fit, you must acquit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
John Fitzgibbons outworked Johnny Cochran any day of the week.
Absolutely.
John got me off with the too fat for jail. Folks, look at him. He's too obese. Don't send this man to jail.
He wouldn't survive.
Sure he did it.
All right, Michelle, what happened?
They only serve cold bologna sandwiches.
Just give me the headlines. Anything.
Okay, so in the Reed case yesterday, it was just very exciting because
I'm doing Diddy.
Oh, I thought you said to go ahead and do the Reed case.
No, let's do Diddy.
All right, so
Reed was a fleeting mention. He doesn't care about that like we do.
All right. I just don't even know where to begin with this.
Just give me 1 minute. Just give me a 1 minute Diddy update. Just give me the headlines.
Jane, the girlfriend.
Oh, that's the Jane, not her real name.
Right.
Yep.
She continued to testify yesterday.
Give her the 1 minute timer.
Yeah. You know what? That's like bringing back bad memories.
Bad memories?
Like the Melrose Minute?
Yes, exactly.
I love the Melrose.
I didn't write it. I'm reading off
the Melrose Minute.
All right, go ahead.
Diddy pressured her to send him videos of herself being a bad girl and told her, "Don't say no to me." And this was kind of at the start of their relationship. And then she told him, as their relationship continued, much like Cassie did, "I don't want to do this anymore. Please don't make me do this. I really don't want to participate in the freak-offs." And she said, "I don't want to be used and locked in a room to perform and fulfill your fantasies. I'm coming to the realization of this is what it really is," which is exactly what Cassie said. So we're getting a lot of that same kind of testimony that's just
corroboration,
really totally corroborating, Cassie's cycle with Diddy here.
And the reason why this is a federal case is because of the alleged trafficking.
Well, it's RICO, right? RICO and the trafficking across state lines. So. And I'll explain something to Fester in a minute here because he had a question yesterday. But she said, "I don't want to feel obligated to keep performing these nights with you for the fear of losing the roof over my head," because he was paying her rent
10
and
grand,
taking care of her.
Wasn't it like $10,000 a month rent?
Yeah. And I think he's still paying it right now.
I saw that.
Right.
So he's still paying the rent for the woman that's even testifying for the prosecution.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a kick in the baby oil. That's a kick in the lube.
And he also threatened her, just like he did Cassie, with, "I'm going to show your child's father these tapes because I have nothing to lose."
Oh, yeah.
And so in that way, he was coercing her with both the financial, paying her, and she was totally reliant on him, and then threatening her. That's considered coercion, to get her to perform in these, what she called hotel rooms, but are really freak-offs.
RICO. And RICO is not an occasional DJ here on Q105. No. RICO is the Racketeer Influenced and Corruption Organization Act.
And here's the thing. At the end of this, he did want to go ahead and pay her off. And he said he wanted to go ahead and pay her off for the resentment. He didn't want any loose ends. Charge me for your resentment. So she tried to charge him like $450,000. She said $150,000 to move on from the resentment, and $100,000 per year because she was with him for 3 years. That
she's like a price list.
Yeah, like she gave up, being herself and pursuing her.
It seems like a low amount.
Well, no, considering this, Cassie got only $20 million. Right?
Cassie got $20 million. This guy's she's looking for $500,000.
No, she's looking for $450,000. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize that.
Not $450 million, $450,000.
I was reading something else.
All right.
And she referred to these events as sex marathons. Where they would hire these male escorts, male sex workers from different states. So that's the other thing is that, they traveled and he coerced the girls into doing this, and then he paid the male escorts to perform with the girls, and he gave them all instructions.
I can't believe that Diddy didn't produce a song, Jiggalicious.
Right?
Jiggalicious. Baby oil.
I mean,
lots of lube. Jiggalicious.
How does he not work baby oil into more songs?
I know.
Anyway, the freak-offs, by the way, continue.
Oh, let's do an AI song, P. Diddy.
Oh, my God.
We'll do it tomorrow.
Oh.
You want to do it right now?
Yeah, do it right now.
Okay, hold on, let me pull it
Oh,
up.
yeah. All right, while you bring
Just
it up.
one more thing.
All
right, so, his homes were raided in March of 2024, and he continued these freak-offs with this girl all the way until he was arrested. I mean, just brazen, I don't understand that.
Right. All right, Festa, type this in. Diddy on trial.
On trial.
Sex trafficking.
For sex
trafficking. You spelled trafficking wrong. It's TRAFFI.
AI knows.
All right. Trafficking. Tons of baby oil and lube.
Tons of
baby oil and lube.
BABYOIL.
No, you said bay oil. It's baby oil.
Oh,
BAB. Baby. Say baby.
Baby oil.
Baby.
Right.
Babe. Say baby. All right. Baby oil and lube. Tons of baby oil and lube. And, crazy freak-off parties.
Crazy.
Freak-offs.
Freak-offs. PARTY. YS or IES?
IES.
IES.
IES. Could go to jail for life. Could go to prison for life.
On trial.
Could go to prison for life.
Go
to
PRIs
generate this AI song.
For life.
I wonder if it's going to flag Diddy as a name. That it won't. All right, hang on. It's generating. All right. Oh.
Could not generate that.
Oh, man. Could please try rephrasing more specific details or using a different approach? Type in a man named Diddy. In the front, a man named Diddy.
Song
about man named Diddy. Named Diddy on trial. All right, try that. See if that generates. All right, create. Is it not doing it? Oh, man, that's going to be a bummer. I wanted to hear about all the lube and baby oil.
We got to give AI a chance here.
All we are saying
Okay, hold on.
Is give AI a chance.
It's not working with this.
What's going on? Are we blocked?
No, I mean, it's driving me crazy.
Yeah, why is it?
I was the last MJ song.
Yeah, that was the last MJ song. So what's going on here? Why won't it generate the Diddy song? Unable to generate more songs at once.
I got to start again. Maybe I'm feeding it too much.
I forget. Listen, maybe we'll do it tomorrow then.
Yeah.
We'll see. Try and get it to work. All right. So is that it with the Diddy update?
Pretty much.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And then you wanted to mention
Yeah,
Karen Reed.
you said to do that. You said very quickly, and I said because the prosecution made a big mistake yesterday, and so the defense, called for a mistrial with prejudice, but the judge gave a curing instruction. But he was presenting evidence to a defense witness, claiming that these holes in the sweatshirt were from, the accident that happened. And he hadn't even read the report, apparently, because then he had to go back on the record, streaming TV and say, Your Honor, I made a mistake.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, my gosh, could it get any worse for this trial?
I'm thinking Karen Reed is going to be acquitted.
I don't know.
It's either an acquittal or another hung jury because there is so much reasonable doubt.
No, you look at the internet and it is full of Reddit and Twitter and people who are like, she definitely did it. They are rabid. There's just no other explanation for how this happened.
Anyway,
that's it.
All right. So people are finally discussing the secret etiquette of blank. Have you guys been able to figure out my little teaser before the break?
I mean, I can think of a couple of things.
All right. People are discussing the secret of blank in somebody's house. Do you know what it is? Do you know what blank is?
Is it pooping in people's houses?
That is correct.
Yeah.
That is correct. So is that a thing that you're not supposed, like you can do number 1 in somebody's house, but you're not supposed to do number 2 in somebody's house?
I don't.
Is that a thing?
I don't like doing that in people's houses.
I know we have a friend that if you try to do number 2 in their house, oh my God, it's like you just lit their house on fire.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I try
Oh,
to.
you know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't know. I don't go
yeah.
to people's house. First of all, I really try not to use the restroom anywhere other than my own.
Right.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Listen to this headline. People are finally discussing the secret etiquette of pooping at someone else's house.
I mean, listen, I have no issues with, public facilities. I'll go at my place, but at other people's houses, I bare minimum.
I read a whole story on how you should try not to, but if you do, you have to light a candle or a match, or
what?
Hopefully they have.
That's fake.
Are you carrying a candle with you?
Some kind of ventilation
hopefully
system?
they have like Febreze or Glade air freshener in the bathroom.
But isn't that obvious then?
Listen,
making an attempt. Some bathrooms have like the fan where
Yeah.
it pulls the air out.
Oh, those don't work. If you drop a bomb in there, that fan's not working. If you blow that thing up,
okay.
I'm going to a friend's house. I'm gonna blow that thing up. I read a real story on it. Fess, look.
I believe you.
Look, go to Google's. Go to the Google's right there. Type it. Listen to this. Just type in exactly what I tell you. And Festa types in like a sloth. Secret etiquette. Secret etiquette of pooping at someone else's house. All right? This is a real deal.
Pooping
at someone else's house.
Other
and this is from a real web. You don't believe it's a story. You thought I'm making this up. No. This is from, did you find the story?
Is it rude to poop in someone else's home?
No, up. It was the number one thing. Go up. It was the number one story right there. It's Upworthy. This story right there. Right there in red. Yeah, right there. Click on that line. Right there. People are finally discussing the special delivery that,
Basic etiquette applies. Clean up after yourself to a normal degree, but remember that everybody does it.
Yeah. There's a
No,
whole. There's a
I
whole.
don't.
There's a.
I
There's
believe
a.
you.
I don't poop.
There's a whole story on this thing. Stop.
Somebody just puffed glitter.
Yes.
Tell you something about my old lady. She poops.
No, she does not.
Listen.
Crack a window.
All right, listen to this. Listen to this. Could anybody else get this done?
What?
Did you see they closed down Fifth Avenue for Jeff Bezos to have furniture delivered by crane?
I don't.
Really?
Fifth Avenue in New York City?
No, Fifth Avenue in Bozeman. Yes.
Okay, I'm asking. I don't know.
A stretch of Fifth Avenue was closed for a massive delivery to Jeff Bezos' sprawling penthouse in Nomad, the Nomad area. According to video, which has been posted online, a massive piece of wrapped furniture dangled from straps from a gigantic crane as it was hoisted above the intersection of Fifth Avenue and 26th Street. That's near the, the famous building, the Point.
The famous one, the Point one.
Why can't I think of that? Why did it suddenly draw a blank?
I don't know. We know.
What's the Michelle? The famous building with the point in the corner.
Yeah.
The what's wrong with me? I'm telling you, I think I'm getting older.
59.
Oh Jesus! All right, so come on, what building is it?
I don't know. I know what you're talking about.
I can't believe I'm drawing a blank.
Oh my God, Julian's gonna go nuts.
Oh my! It's the. Just say it.
Flatiron.
Thank you. Oh my God! It's the Flatiron building. So
that's the neighborhood.
Oh, it's a Flatiron. So that's not far from there.
No.
All right.
So is this a one-time thing, or is every time something gets delivered, they're going to have to close the Fifth Avenue?
Caution tape. You know what? It was probably pallets of Botox for his wife. For his wife to be before the wedding in France.
He bought it off of Amazon by the 55-gallon drum.
Yeah. Dozens of workers milled about, directing traffic, as they brought in a massive crane to bring whatever this huge piece of furniture was to the top of the 24-story building at 212 Fifth Avenue, where Bezos apparently owns 5 apartments worth $119 million. Wow.
Okay. I mean, that's how the guy gets it done.
But who else could get Fifth Avenue closed off for a freaking furniture delivery by crane?
I'm sure if you make a $10 million contribution to Mayor Adams' campaign or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's unbelievable.
I mean, he could pay everybody off and not bat an eye and get his furniture where he wants it.
Hey, listen to this. Tell me if you have a problem with this. A couple is having a medical emergency. They're at Starbucks, and the staff refused to help them because they told them to wait in line.
What?
Yeah, exactly. Listen to this. From Richmond, Virginia. This is from WWBT, which I think that's NBC in Richmond, WWBT.
Okay, good to know.
So Richmond, a couple in Virginia says a Starbucks worker refused to help them during a medical emergency and said they didn't wait in line. Wait a minute. You got to wait. If you're having a medical emergency, you got to wait in line and wait for the guy to order his flappy lappy, crappy chino.
So he's ordering the flappy lappy crappy, and some guy comes out of nowhere and says, "My wife's having a seizure." And the guy's like, "So you have to wait in line."
Yep, you're got to wait in line.
Did he try to put in a coffee order? Because then I kind of agree.
Kevin Key is 38. Is in stage 4 liver failure. He and his wife, Nelisa, were at Short Pump Town Center. Oh, I know what Short Pump is. An entertainment district in Richmond for a comedy show. Suddenly, Kevin began having a scary medical episode. He just started sweating. I don't feel well, is what he said. He started leaning over and then started vomiting. Oh, my God, I feel terrible. His wife had seen Kevin Key go through some of these episodes before and knew the only thing that would help him was ice water. He needed ice water. She was frantic. I think I was crying. She immediately saw a nearby Starbucks in the entertainment district, ran inside the coffee shop despite the long line, explained to the other customers that her husband was having a medical emergency and needed water. She said everyone in line was sympathetic and allowing her to jump. But the clerk, the barista, was a bitch-rista and pointed back because you could see Kevin. I was like, that's my husband. He's in stage 4 kidney failure. I need water fast. The employee looked at me and was like, you need to get in line.
Ma'am, you need to get in line.
And then I repeated, my husband's having kidney failure. We just need ice water quickly. And he looked at me again and said, you need to get in line. Are you kidding me? What a star schmuck. That is insane.
Or this person's really keeping order. You really have to stand there.
Is that not nuts?
Yeah, I think this is what did you say? The guy's name was Kevin?
Yeah, is this Channel 12 Richmond? Oh, 12 on your side.
This is 12.
Yeah, not to be confused with 8 on your side.
There's so many
or
stations.
10 on your side. Or 2 on your side.
I don't need
or 5 on your side.
I don't want anybody else on my side.
I want 666 on my side.
That's actually against you. That's working against you.
It is, you're right.
In ways known and unknown.
That's the hell channel. All right, so this is a terrible story.
Yeah, it's awful.
All right, hey, I want to get serious for a minute here in the final moments of the show. We got some really bad news yesterday. A longtime dentist in Tampa. Michelle, you going to be able to keep it together?
Was that a or a
No, she's not.
Okay. I'm sorry.
We got news yesterday that Dr. Mike McElwain has passed away. Our kid's dentist since the beginning.
No, since they were like 3.
Yeah.
Followed Kelly Ring,
Yeah.
as you know,
Yeah.
into his office.
I mean, almost near the beginning. So
Yeah.
our kids went to the McElwains, his father, and then Mike McElwain, his son. Julian is almost 21. Chloe's almost 24. They've been going to the McElwains for 20 years.
Even when we were in New York,
Yeah.
Our kids were coming home. We were always coming home a couple times a year, and they always made time for us.
Yeah.
So.
And we got word that Dr. Mike McElwain, just 49 years old, that he lost his battle with cancer. And, he lives in our neighborhood. I would see him all the time. In my daily walk, took me past their house just last night. And, I saw his vehicle, the sport utility that he drove. I saw his car in the driveway. He passed on Friday.
Right.
And I don't know what type of cancer. They also lived right next to the house that burned to the ground,
Right.
the Murphy's house.
So just to put things into context, he's obviously had this battle for maybe a year or two now. I don't know how long. But last year when we had the hurricanes, his family, his house was the one where the family whose home caught on fire.
Yeah,
they escaped, the Murphys, they escaped to Dr. Mike's house.
Next door to the McElwain's house.
And so when you watch...
that's when Gray Bull Rescue rescued all of them from the neighborhood.
So when you put things into context, just thinking about it, what he was going through at that time, and then he suddenly had this responsibility of his neighbors next door without even thinking about it, and was rescued by Gray Bull. So when you watch that video, I know it's posted on Instagram.
Yep.
That is Dr. Mike in the boat with his dog.
Yeah. And, the Murphys were next door. The Murphys' house is, one of the Tampa houses that burned to the ground because their Tesla Model S was in the garage, and the water caused the Tesla to catch on fire and just completely destroyed the home. The home was just a burned out shell. And the McElwains took them at 2 o'clock to their house. They believe, remember, we had Dr. McElwain on.
I was just going to say, you had him on to tell the story, and he did such a great job at that.
We had him on last September or early October,
right?
And he talked about that they thought that their house was going to be up in flames. They came back to their house and miraculously found it standing with no damage.
That's what Brian from Gray Bull had said to him.
Yeah.
Dr. Mike had asked, what's going to happen? And Brian had said, you're probably looking for the last time at your home. Do not expect it to be here when you get back.
Yep.
And I remember Dr. Mike's words when you had him on the air, and he said when he got back to his house the next day and it was still there, he felt like the luckiest man alive. And I was like, oh my gosh, given what we all knew he was going through. But just to put things into context, I mean, he's been there for 20 years. His father, his sister was a dentist there. He's somebody that everybody in town, he was a friend when you saw him out and about. He wasn't just your dentist. He was definitely your friend. You saw him everywhere you went, very active in our community. So our hearts are really just kind of broken for his family.
It's terrible. We had his wife on our show as well. Dr. McElwain's wife called in. I believe they just had a kid graduate high school. And I believe I see the Chomp sign in the yard, so I think that their high school grad is on the way to Florida in Gainesville. And then I can't even imagine what the McElwains are going through. So from Michelle and me, our deepest sympathies for the McElwain family, to all of his staff at McElwain Dentistry in South Tampa. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I mean, he also had an office up in Wesley Chapel, which I think is like Fester's neck of the woods. So, it's an expanded community that they serviced. So,
but knowing, that practice since our kids were like 3, just, it's a long time.
We're not alone.
Yeah. All right. So rest in peace, Dr. Mike McElwain. Way too short. Oh, boy. All right, well, we're going to close it down. We'll see you back here tomorrow, folks. 9:52 at the MJ Morning Show. Q105, 104.7 FM, Tampa Bay. And let's be careful out there.
Listen to Q105 while you work?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Let us thank you by bringing by some delicious food from Slice of the Burr.
Okay.
Just tell us where you're...